Hey everyone, welcome to the Hot Takes and Bad Takes podcast. Now we are brand new editor Clam, which is not with us here today because of scheduling conflicts, but you guys will get to meet him someday. Put a face to the name, like they say. But for now, it's just me, your host, Bane Was Taken, or just Bane for the friends. And I'm joined by Alcrin and Dan, my co-host. Say hi, you two.
Hello, welcome back. Episode 8, is it?
It is 8, right? I think it is 8.
Yo,
We're getting
we
close to a
actually know
year.
this time. This is all because Clam has joined the team, because we now have a sense of purpose. Now we're not just three idiots rambling. Yes. We have newfound
quality,
purpose, quality, and I think I actually like you guys now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Power of Clam.
It is crazy.
Okay, that fell flat. I
that was
maybe it sounded
hilarious.
harsher than
I
it
don't know
was.
what you're talking about.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, these guys.
My goats, as they say. So, Alcrin, say hi too. You gotta say hi, bro.
Bane, you misrepresent yourself yet again. You are not just the host. You are the host, okay? But
yeah,
you're lowballing yourself. You are the owner of the Hot Takes Bad Takes
I am.
podcast.
I can delete this if I wanted to.
You could.
I don't want to though.
Well, I'm glad. And the good news about this episode is that I found a way to fix my mic. There was a switch, a little knob, or something on it that changed the pickup from.
Oh my god, Alcrin! That was such a good transition.
Yeah, bro.
That was fire. You waited this whole time to learn about your microphone. That's actually wow.
It does sound a little
I
better.
thought Bane was the
end.
biggest brain, but
yeah.
But the bad news is it's pollen season here in the States, and this shit
pollen
sucks.
season. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
countries.
like it's spring pollen.
bro has allergies.
I actually have allergies too.
Wow.
But I'm in winter here, or fall.
But here, like
imagine
this
though.
year,
Imagine being plagued by allergies.
Yeah.
I've just my whole life I've never developed any allergies except for penicillin, which is pretty easy to avoid. It's pretty easy to avoid though. I don't know.
It is easy to avoid, but you know when you get into that critical moment, it's gonna suck, bro.
Yeah, but I don't know what you even need it for. So if I ever get some shit
something
like that,
for like medicine, I guess. When you're about to die or something, just put you on penicillin.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll pass in peace. I don't need penicillin.
Nah, I'm pretty sure they already figured out a way to to cure you guys with penicillin.
Get me the synthetic penicillin. Give me the
something like that.
shit.
My brother is also allergic to penicillin and amoxicillin, so
oh, perfect. I mean, he understands. I mean, life's not easy for guys like us.
No, not at all.
I'm fucking around.
Falling out.
Well, I'm not. Insurance, ladies.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, apparently my mom gave it to me when I was younger, and that's how we learned. But I don't remember anything about it.
I love you, mom.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out, mom.
So let's kick things off.
That is not the point of the
podcast. Articles.
Articles. So many articles.
Our beautiful CEO. You should start us off. Do you have anything, or
I do have stuff.
Do you need to find it? Do you need to find it? Because if you need to find it, then
no, I got it right here. Don't worry.
Okay.
1 second. Though.
Okay.
I gotta translate.
How many do you have?
I only got 2, and you know I'm struggling. You know, fucking journalism is dead. That's all I'm gonna say.
Funny enough, I almost only had 1, and then I opened up the internet when I got home.
Well, they're both movie related, though. I'm not sure if I should say them.
Oh my god, yeah, yep, we that's funny. We're on the same point. All right, start us off there, CEO.
Okay, so I guess this is gonna be a good head off, but you know, the 2 movies got announced, and each one of my articles is related to that. Well, the first movie that I saw got announced, I think it got a release date actually, is Alien Earth. Newest Alien movie, which is coming to Hulu exclusively, I think. So that makes me not very hopeful for it, you know? When I hear Hulu exclusive, I raise an eyebrow, you know? I didn't even get to the latest Alien movie. I think it was Romulus. Yeah. We're about to watch Covenant with my girlfriend, but we haven't gotten to Romulus yet. But I hope Earth is good, because so far, I don't think I've hated a single Alien movie. You know, there was always something to like, so it would suck if this one's
Prometheus? Fuck, I should have saved that. No.
You can't talk. We will talk later about Prometheus. I guess I did watch Prometheus.
Okay, we'll bridge into that later. I'm sorry. Continue, please.
Okay, yeah, it's just the article pretty much just rambles about the success of the first movie and kicks us off into talks a little bit about the sequels. We don't really care about that. The important part here is that yes, Alien Earth is coming and it's a Hulu exclusive, and it's got a date, which I can't find because this article is unnecessarily long and I'm looking for it. I don't think I got a date actually. Never mind.
Well, I hope that you're able to watch it despite the fact that it's a Hulu exclusive.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to watch it regardless. I mean, the thing with platform first movies is that if they're on a platform, they're pretty easy to watch them legally, you know? So I'll be able to watch them, you know? Usually when it's a cinema movie, you gotta wait a little bit to be able to legally watch it. Like the Minecraft movie. I'm still waiting for that to be able to be legally watched. But be able to watch
I feel like you totally can at this point. If
I've been looking for it and I haven't found it. Last time I looked though was like a week ago. So I'll look for it again.
Well,
I'm talking of good quality though, because I've seen good image quality, but not good sound quality. It's definitely like cinema recorded quality. But whatever. The thing is, Alien Earth got announced, and the other movie that got announced right here is the newest Predator movie. Hell fucking yeah. It looks sick. Predator Badlands. We got a little trailer, and we got the first look at a white-haired... Wait, I forgot the name of the species. I was gonna nerd out here, but now I'm gonna look badly. Alcon, you know the name of the species for sure, right?
Pardon?
The name of the predator species? You do know it, right? You're like a nerd.
Xenomorph. No, not
I think you got the
Alien vs Predator.
The guy from Fortnite.
Xenomorph.
The predators is Joaju, something like that. Joaju? I think it was something like that. Let me look it up.
So
I'm so fucking...
What do you think the implication is that there's a white-haired one? Is that like they can get...
They call it Jiaojia. I don't know if that's the pronunciation.
Jiaojia.
Okay, so the implication for it, I've been looking into it, because apparently this lore is explained in like comic books or like little random novels.
The comic books are major for the Predator series.
Yeah, I haven't read a single comic book, so I just found out this recently while investigating about it. It says that the only predators that get to have white hair are the ones that get to old age, and the Jiaojia who get to old age, they stop hunting and they become like pack leaders, or well, not pack leaders, but like leaders of their tribe. I'm not sure if the word is tribe, because they're a pretty advanced civilization, but yeah, and one of them shows up in the trailer, so a lot of people are hyped to see one of them in the big screen. I think it's actually the first time they show up at all, because even in the comics, I'm not sure if they're represented at all. They're just like mentioned, from what I've heard. Again, don't take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I'm not huge on the Predator franchise. I've just watched the movies. And another thing that got announced actually was another Predator movie besides this one that's animated, and it's gonna be 3 short stories, all happening in different places. One in ancient Japan, another one in fuck, I'm already drawing a blank here. Another one in a Viking setting, and the last one I totally forgot, but I think I actually just totally forgot, and the article doesn't mention it. But yeah, Predator Badlands gonna be about. It's gonna take us to the future, and it's gonna be a different planet than Earth, and it's gonna be hunting a bigger creature from what we heard. And people are already drawing theories because apparently there is a Reploid being shown in the trailer, and that means the Alien franchise and the Predator franchise are meeting once again, something that hasn't happened since the Alien vs Predator series. And fans of that are hype, and haters of that are hating it. Personally, I think Alien vs Predator just camp as fuck. I love watching them fight, and I think
it absolutely is.
It is camp as fuck.
I'm sorry.
It's not the biggest, like, if you're a lore head, you probably hate those movies, but I'm not a lore head, you know? I just enjoyed the special effects and the fighting and stuff like that, you know? So I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I enjoy the Alien vs Predator movie, and I think it's gonna be interesting seeing them try to mix the franchise again and see how the people react and see how, if this time they pay more attention to the lore, which by the fact that they're adding the white hair Jaoja into the movie, I would say they're probably really into the lore, because if you're, like I said, if you haven't read the comics and stuff like that, you wouldn't even know about the existence of the older Jaoja and their customs. So excited about this movie, honestly. More excited than I am about the Alien movie. But do you guys know that the animated Predator movie is gonna be animated by Fortiche, the Arcane guys?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Fortiche is making it. I could immediately recognize that art style. You guys, I'm gonna look for a name right now. Alien, Predator.
This just confirms that you're gonna be biased for it, since it's your animation studio brought you to life.
It's called Predator Killer of Killers. I recommend you guys look for it.
I think I will check that out because I never actually saw the series, but like I can appreciate a nice.
It looks so cool though. Like I said, there's a Viking, a samurai, and the other ones is I think it's World War I or World War II, and I think we're gonna be specifically looking at pilots fighting it against the ship, like a Predator ship, and the animation looks amazing. Actually, apparently it's not by Fortiche, but it has the exact same art style.
Oh, okay, so you can't be biased towards it.
I am gonna be biased because it looks fucking crazy. I mean, you guys can Google it, the viewers can Google it. It looks very pretty. It's got tag going for it at least. And yeah, it's gonna be an anthology, 3 different stories, all into a single movie. The only thing I'm hoping for is that it doesn't feel too short, right? Because fitting 3 different stories into a single movie can make the plot lines feel a little bit rushed or maybe not explored enough. Right. And I hope that they nail it, you know? I have high hopes for it, even more high hopes than Badlands, but Badlands also looks cooler. If I had to rank it, I would say I really want to watch Killer of Killers, then Badlands, then the Alien movie. The only thing that kills the hype for the Alien movie for me is the fact that it's coming out on Hulu. That makes me raise an eyebrow. Otherwise, it would be at the top, but yeah.
Right. I mean, it's something like that. It would be better just see in theaters, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Especially because, you know, I feel like when a movie gets released into a platform first, really speaks about the quality of it. I'm sorry, but usually Netflix release movies are either lower budget or just not that creative. And
yeah, Netflix movies have been pretty horrendous last few years, I will say.
But maybe
that's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah, maybe that's.
But then sometimes you get some interesting ones, like a little indie show called Arcade.
Well, but that's not a movie, bro. You can't release Arcade on theaters, bro.
Netflix does do some banger stuff, though. I will say, like, a lot of Black Mirror is really good, but at the same time,
but
like, that
shows,
wasn't
you know, that's the difference,
Netflix originally.
I feel it just speaks that they don't have any hope for it to do well in cinemas, and I think that says a lot.
Yeah, no, I think like shows are what they can really handle the best.
Yeah. That's
I don't think anyone's talking about any like original Netflix movies
Especially because it's not originally Netflix movie. It's an original fucking Hulu movie. Who the fuck uses Hulu?
Yeah, that's even more obscure. I feel like nobody outside of the United States really uses Hulu.
Yeah, no,
obviously it's an
not really
over exaggeration, but
yeah, of course it's an over. But the point is, most people don't. You know, it's like Hulu and Apple TV. You only get Apple TV for Severance, and that's it.
Yeah, at this point. It did overtake Ted Lasso in the viewership, so I know that was like huge.
Yeah, it's been a while since Ted Lasso was relevant, right? I think.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, I think as far as I can tell, I think it's over. So.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I do have. Severance is probably going to be the next thing I watch, though. Everything I see about it just makes me want to watch it more, especially because it got that Dan recommendation, baby.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna love it. I can't wait to talk to you about that.
I got the link you sent me saved, so for Apple TV discount count, that's what I'm talking about.
Slightly on topic, it's a little bit more related to anime, but it is a film. I did want to plug in and say that I did get to watch the 4th My Hero movie. Finally was able to find it online. It came to streaming on Crunchyroll and other sources, but looks like it did release on Blu-ray, so I got to see it. I'm really glad. It's kind of what you said. You touched on earlier, like it's the different side of it, though. Like obviously, if a movie goes straight to Netflix or Hulu, you question maybe the quality, but for anime movies, for me in particular, I want to see them in the theaters. Of course, right?
The thing is, usually anime movies get like a Japan release, and we get like a very late release, or either that or straight into streaming platforms.
A very late and a very limited release. So I wasn't able to see it in theaters when it was, but
yeah, sadly,
that was a little bit unfortunate because every other My Hero movie, the first 3, I've seen in theaters. But despite that, it was still a nice experience. I felt like I'm not gonna nerd out on the My Hero.
We can go around Lent later on if you want, honestly.
We'll go.
The thing is, like, it's been. I think it's been over. Like the manga's been over for some time, and I just feel content with it. But in terms of the movies, I felt like the stakes weren't as high as the 3rd one.
Yeah, because they're their own thing.
Still had a really cool villain and a cool story, but.
Was that one the Evil All Might movie? Was that the
okay. Dark Might.
Dark Might. That's a name.
That's what he started to call himself. It was all right. It was all right. I think my favorite still has to be the 2nd and the 3rd one, but
I haven't watched any of them yet. I'll eventually do them because I've seen
if
some.
If you haven't watched any, it's a fun time. I mean, the first. I mean, they're all good.
It's been so long without Boku no Hero. Really I can probably just My Hero. Sorry, it's been so long without it. That it's gonna be like seeing an old friend come back. You know.
Yeah, man. Like, especially with the movies, like it starts out and like they're still young, like they're still in like their first year, and then they do a good job of following the timeline and all that, and placing the movies in deeper into the storyline or the timeline, I should say. But yeah, if you haven't seen them, I recommend them. I'm just excited I was able to finally see the movie. It was something I've been wanting to watch for months now.
That's very cool, man. You got any articles for us, Alcrin?
I do. And funny enough, they are also movies. Okay. Movie articles.
Did I steal any news from you?
Surprisingly, you didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of sweating bullets, thinking that you were gonna take like one of my articles.
I thought you were gonna jump on Predator or Alien, honestly.
No. So this starts out with a little story. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, Dan would know this.
Okay. Let's see.
Dan, have you ever heard of a movie series called The Collector?
I have not.
Bro, that's the Marvel guy.
Maybe.
I figure that if I've heard of it, it's because of that. But I don't know anything about it.
No, it's probably not the same collector.
Yeah, what's it about?
It is not. So,
or like, what's the premise?
you have a construction worker that's working on this rich family's home, or they're a contractor or some sort. I don't remember. And that's their day job, but they also have a criminal background. So when they're down on their luck and they need to get cash quick, they overhear that the rich family they're working for is going to go on a trip of some kind. They basically will be gone for the night. So our main character plans on going in, robbing the place, and then getting the fuck out. What he didn't expect is that on his way in, and midway through the robbing, that someone else comes in and starts booby trapping the fuck out of the house. And it ends up being a twisted serial killer-ish kind of guy. It's a pretty intense movie. A lot of people have put it on the same level as like Saw or whatever, even though Saw has kind of like a moral dilemma going on, the story of John Kramer or whatever, and this is just like, here's a dude making traps, and he's kind of silent during a majority of the film, and but what happened was we had 2 movies, and then they planned the first movie was in the first movie was in I can't really remember. It's not saying on the article either. But the second movie came out in 2009. And then originally they started out making a third film in 2012. But it went through film development hell. And so that was fun. There was talk about, like, did they scrap it? What happened? And somewhere along the way, they landed themselves in some serious legal trouble. And it's not the legal trouble you're thinking. It's because it's very similar along the lines of what happened with Friday the 13th, where it just is like, who owns what anymore? So they were in that legal battle for years. But I remember last month opening up my phone and I found this article, and it was The Collector 3, the long-awaited horror sequel, gets a huge update from director after countless years of silence.
How many years?
Apparently, it was development officially stalled in 2018.
I feel like 2025 is just the year of the comebacks, bro. Like, non-stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And for you said like the second one came out in 2009, or the original one, 2009. Yeah, that's pretty crazy that it's all of a sudden come back. I think, Bane, you're onto something. Okay, I looked it up. I can see. I don't take this as like fucking gospel, but it has a 29% on Rotten Tomato. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, it has a massive cult following.
But like, I don't mind, because there was another like horror movie that was like horror suspense that I liked. I saw it in theaters. I actually thought it was good. Holy shit, it's lower than I remember. You wanna hear what it has on Rotten Tomatoes? The movie is called Dream House with Daniel Craig.
Okay.
It's got a 2.
It has a 7%.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like, that's actually insane. I'll drop a link in case you guys
so
want to look. But the thing is, like, I remember actually kind of liking it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't care about the score, and if anything, it makes me curious because if it has a cult following, like I think there could be something cool about it.
It does,
But
and again,
this movie, I don't know why it's so low.
That's why I love you, Danny boy. Is that you're a lot like me, where you refuse to take what the critics say as gospel, and that is
right. It's no fun to do it that way.
That's like the driving force of this podcast. Is like I talked about before. It's that like we genuinely.
Oh yeah.
I refuse to think that the world should be taking what critics say as law, because if we did, and I'm gonna appeal to Bane's bias here. Oh. If we took the critics' name, like word, and just said, okay, we don't need to be watching movies that the critics don't think are good, neither of us would have ever watched and fell in love with Transformers 1.
Transformers! More than
they just said that movie was just mid as fuck. And like, I'm not even talking middle of the ground. Like, I mean, when I rate Freerun, they're saying, look, if you if you just don't want to watch brain rot, then avoid this movie. It's like, what? This movie was beautiful.
It was fucking amazing. I didn't even know it was bashed by. I knew it was a failure, but I didn't know it was bashed by critics.
Yeah, I just don't think like. I don't even just care anymore about reviews when it comes to like movies. Yeah. Like video games, maybe, but even then,
I watched a movie recently. Yeah, that literally.
My gut.
Like it was bashed by critics super hard, and I loved it. Well, I didn't love it, but I thought it was good.
I get the feeling we're gonna bring that up during the movie section.
Yeah, later on, for sure.
Oh hell yeah!
Sure.
To finish up this article, director Marcus Dunstan revealed that the Collector sequel, The Collected, is back on track. The sequel was stalled by copyright issues, which have since been resolved. The team is taking their time before production, but The Collected could premiere any time as early as 2026. I doubt that, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, we might have to watch the first one and the first and second one.
Yeah, we definitely will. The Collected got an update after years of waiting. The upcoming The Collected was a sequel to the 2009 horror movie The Collector and its follow-up The Collection, which has been in development since the latter's release in 2012. Though it was officially announced in 2014 with star Josh Stewart set to return. Development had stalled as of 2018. It was revived in 2019, but the production was stalled several days in, and with further development at a standstill. Franchise co-writer and director revealed that this was partially due to the fact that he no longer held the rights to the franchise. The director recently sat down with an interview when Marcus Dunstan during their conversation. It's giving me a link to pull up. Woohoo. The director recently sat down. He confirmed that the sequel was back in development, revealing that the legal elements holding it back were all alleviated. The team isn't rushing the project into development, hoping that they can put together the best version of the movie possible, using ideas for the story that they have been brainstorming for quite some time. I mean, putting a pause on this article, level with me. Yeah, that's like how many fucking years that they've had to brainstorm. Come on, man. Like
come on.
You were cooking. That bun was in the oven for almost a decade. I'm not trying to.
It's coming out. It's maybe.
You guys have taken your time with thinking things over, and I'm very proud of you guys. You guys in no way are rushing this, and you couldn't even if you wanted to because of the legal issues.
Yeah, I think they're outside of the window for that.
They definitely are. And I have no doubt that they are going to bring what they believe is the best movie possible. to the big screen. We'll see how that goes. Shout it loud and proud, the Collector is coming back. His quote reads, as about 4 days ago, the legal elements holding it back were all alleviated, and it is coming back. I can tell you, shouted loud and proud, the Collector is coming back. It is free. It is going to be a barreling freight train for your mind of fear. Yes, we can do it right. Right away, I want to say to the courtesy of a gentleman named Todd, who spent 5 years getting these rights all sorted out, it's coming back. And we are not bringing it back until it's something that we feel is the best one. And that we feel it is an honor of the time that we've been waiting, because we haven't been waiting on the bench just staring at the sky. We've been conceiving and concocting. Yes, here it comes. And we want to honor this great opportunity. So yeah, that's really it's very neat. I think it is very, very interesting. Especially since like those two movies were very, very neat. They never connected with me as much as Saw did, but I thought that they were very interesting, and I think that they earned their. I think they earned their.
Yo, that is actually kind of creepy.
Yeah.
That's from the first one. That image.
Yeah. Now for this other article. And I would be lying to you if I didn't bring up the fact that I found this article just a few minutes before coming home. I got home, I sat down, and I opened up my phone, and on Google, this was the first thing that popped up.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're not the Collector. That one I've had for a little while. But this one. Which one of you two have heard about the game The Mortuary Assistant?
Oh my god, yeah, I saw those news. Fuck, I should have brought that one.
I haven't heard of it.
It is well, not popular, but it got some play, an indie game, indie horror game. I know. Mm-hmm. I haven't played it, but I watched a ton of my beautiful VTubers play it.
Awesome, so what's the news?
Apparently, the Mortuary Assistant is getting a film based on of the popular horror indie video game.
It is crazy that we're getting indie horror game films. That blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, that game got a movie? I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And it's getting a popular actor, right? I saw her name, but I don't remember right now. You got it in the article right now? A popular actor is gonna be playing
it, especially since I didn't. Let
me look it up. I gotta carry
no. That's the character of the game. So I'm going to post it in here because this article links to another article, and I'd rather not dive into that rabbit hole. But the Mortuary Assistant is getting apparently has a movie that production will be in the works.
Wait, no, I'm confused. I don't think it's this movie that got a popular actor to play it. Never mind.
It'll be very interesting. And I'm looking forward to hearing more news about it. I know that's kind of a bummer that I didn't bring more articles.
It's fine.
But yeah,
good.
light week this week, and we're gonna make up for it in a few more categories. So let's kick one of them off.
Especially
let's go to movies. Dan, start us off.
Sure. I mean, I could dive a little bit deeper into My Hero. I mean, that's probably the only movie I think I've seen. I haven't been watching too many movies. So I mean, it was cool to see, of course. Like Deku's got all of his powers. He's using Black Whip. He's using the like levitate. He's using all his powers. It's cool. He's at the point where he's feeling like he's a little selfless, trying to just like rush ahead, not really fight with his friends and all this, which is pretty reminiscent of how he was and where I think I could place the movie. I mean, of course, I don't know exactly where it is in the timeline, but I thought that it was definitely exciting. I think it was a cool place to take the story and have a villain really try to capitalize on the gap that has been left after All Might retired from being a pro hero. But at the same time, I think that after coming from the third movie where the stakes were so much higher, like the villains had put, I think they put like, I don't know, was it three? I think it was 3 bombs in like different major cities, and it was called 3 Heroes because the 3 main characters had to go and split up and do their shit. So the third one I liked a lot better. The stakes were a lot higher, and it felt like that was a more cohesive way to be like, okay, yeah, this is a trilogy. But at the same time, I knew that there was going to be a 4th one, so I understood that the story was going to have to continue. So it was a cool, I don't know, it was a cool way to introduce a new villain, have him be motivated by, trying to replace All Might, basically. And I won't say more about that. I thought that...
You can't spoil it, bro.
What's up?
You can't spoil it, man.
I can't spoil. I don't want to spoil
this whole point of this fucking podcast is we spoiled the shit out of all our subjects. Bane, stop trolling.
I'm trolling.
So I don't know. I mean, man. maybe it was the viewing experience. Like I didn't get to see it in the theaters. I didn't, wasn't like the greatest viewing experience. But I was feeling a little bit let down just because of how awesome the other movies have been. But oh well, I'm just glad I was able to see it, and it was definitely worth the wait. I mean, I can't complain too much. But I would just like to be on record and say that I think the third one I hold in a higher spot, just based on my personal enjoyment.
Okay,
but that's really it for movies. I mean, I don't know. I think I might be looking to, like, I still haven't watched the Knives Out movies. I want to watch that soon. I'm gonna see if maybe my girlfriend has any interest in watching them. Probably not. She's not much of a movie watcher, so it's kind of hard to convince her to watch movies. But yeah, that's really the only thing that's on my radar. Otherwise, I do have some things for TV. I don't know if I should mention that.
Hold off on that until we get to the TV section.
Sure. If you don't then in that case, that's pretty much it for movies for me. I liked it. If you like My Hero, go watch it. It's on Crunchyroll. And I'd be curious to hear what you think.
Bane, you want to hit us with your movies next?
Okay, my movies.
Yeah.
So last time I was here, I hadn't watched Lord of the Rings yet, right?
Oh, okay. Boy.
Okay, so between the last time, I was asking because I generally don't remember. Because the last time we did the podcast and now, me and my girlfriend just watched the 3 Lord of the Rings movies. And I fucking love them, of course I did. They're fucking awesome, and I love them. And I'm not really big on fantasy settings. I'm gonna open up with that statement. I was never a big fan of all the knight and the elves and whatever the fuck, the dwarves. But seeing this,
whatever the fuck,
like this is where it was born, right? All the medieval setting tropes, right? Seeing how the dwarves live in the mines, how the elves are this high race, and how they're connected to the woods, and how they're so racist. I'm kidding, they weren't racist in the movie. But I think it was interesting seeing how everyone else just saw what Tolkien did and was like...
The books?
They are in the books? I haven't read the books.
I mean, I haven't either, but I know of that, like, the dwarf versus elf thing, like, was supposed to be a major thing.
The only time that gets mentioned in the movie is the scene where it's like, I never thought I'd be fighting side by side with an elf. How about side by side with a friend? I could do that. That's the only time it gets mentioned, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm slow.
Would you like to know something funny?
Tell me. Are you gonna tell me about how that one time when he kicks the helmet, it's actually real and it hurt him, and that's why
I would totally know that. I absolutely would, because I have never actually sat down and watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
But
same here.
Well, they are 3-hour-long movies.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. But although I've never watched them, I remember when I was a teenager, my cousin wanted to go see the second Hobbit movie. So
I haven't watched those yet, so be careful with what you're gonna say.
I went with them to see it. So, like, out of all of them, it's like I just know the second Hobbit movie, and I just remember like one scene. I'm not spoiling. It's not even graphic. It's just but I'm afraid of saying anything about it out of respect for you.
Okay, yeah, I haven't watched those yet. And, I found out that the Hobbit books came out before the Lord of the Rings books. And I especially felt out on the first movie, because they kept talking about things that, well, you, as someone who's just watching Lord of the Rings, you don't have no idea about. So, while we were watching the first movie, I was talking to my girlfriend, I was like, I think I would have preferred watching the Hobbit ones first. And she was like, maybe. We're gonna watch them next, but for now we just watched the 3 Lord of the Rings movies. I think the third one is my favorite. I don't think that's a controversial opinion at all. The second one was the weakest, but it was still quite good. At this time, they all mixed together in my head though. Like, I don't quite remember where the first one ended and the second one started, and so on and so on. But this epic journey, it was special to me, man. I really connected to all the characters. Aragorn ended up being my favorite, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about Lord of the Rings. It's like, if you haven't watched them, you definitely should give it a chance, because they're so popular for a reason. But you gotta be able to sit through a 3-hour movie. I think the second one and third ones are almost 4 hours too, if you're watching the director's cut, which was what I did. And one thing I didn't like though was how there was this big message about, well, killing is wrong, you shouldn't kill people. And then when it came to orcs, there was like, they didn't think twice, they were massacring the orcs, and they were like doing fucking 360 headshots on them. They're like kill counting like the amount of orcs they killed. And it felt bad. I was like, it felt a little bit discriminatory, especially because there's this group of bad guys who are humans. And they definitely look Muslim, bro. I don't know what else to say. They look Muslim, bro. They look like from the Middle East, and that felt a bit fucked up. It felt a little bit racist.
Can you even say that?
What? Dude, the evil guys from the movie, they look like they're from the Middle East. They got like.
Okay. Maybe Clam about that.
Okay.
I'm concerned about
it happens.
I mean, he can cut this section short, but I mean, he probably will have to at this point. But I think he's saying that it is a stereotype racist. That is like bigoted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're making them look like the bad guys. It's definitely like they have heart and compassion for everyone else except for these evil guys who are apparently so evil that you can't have compassion for.
Right.
And then you have the evil wizard from the tower, who apparently we can't kill him. We shouldn't do that because that would be evil. How about all the other people you kill, bro? This guy is definitely one of the worst ones. Especially, you should definitely kill this guy. But it feels so wrong that they make a different. Like, they definitely feel racist. That's what I'm gonna say. It feels racist in a lot of parts.
Yeah, I think I think the very
like I don't think I'm being racist. I'm saying the movie is very much racist, and it made me uncomfortable in all the parts because
you're picking up on some of the undertones, maybe even not undertones. It seems like it's pretty like blatant, but
yeah, no, I mean,
unfortunately, that's a thing in a lot of. I mean, I don't know exactly when those movies came out.
Yeah, I mean,
but
yeah, the books are from the 1920s. I don't know if they're represented the same way in the books. Like, I haven't read the books, can't say much about them, but the movies are from outdated. The 2000s. And
but I mean, I'm sure that it's like, I don't know. I'm sure it's intended to send there's a message there, of course. I don't know the full message. I don't know the series.
Either intentionally or unintentionally racist. That is my take from watching the movies.
Yeah, I'm not going to give the writers too much credit because I don't know the intention.
Yeah, it is from the 2000s, and a lot of teens feel wrong because there's so many times where you're like, you should kill this guy, and then when you definitely should give the other guy a chance, they don't.
Yeah, a lot of movies from the 2000s, even TV, there's like awful main characters, like just awful people.
Yeah.
And
the thing is that it doesn't feel like it's intentionally bad.
They weren't often enough like the joke of it, like they were like meant to be the the trope, the straight man, right? Like not necessarily that they're straight, but they're just like the normal person. They're meant to be like the voice of reason. No. And those people usually were the bigots.
It's kind of fucked up, you know. That's the one thing that irked me about those movies, how it seems to go against its own message, but not sure how the books are. And there are definitely enough moments, and the cinematography is beautiful enough that made me be able to look past that, especially because it takes up like maybe 20 minutes out of like a 10-hour trilogy. So that's why I was able to look past them. But
they're not too bad.
Yeah.
It really was 20 hours across the 3 movies?
I don't think it's 3 hours plus 4 hours plus 4 hours. I don't want to do the math right now. That's too hard.
Okay.
8,
so 11.
9, 10, 11 hours. 11 hours, around that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if Clam feels the need to delete that after whatever. I just wanted to get that point across.
We could chat about that after we're done recording.
We'll talk about that.
Whatever. Next thing I watched, Spy Kids 4. We can go to that. I don't have any controversial opinions about Spy Kids 4.
Oh, amazing.
Unless saying
Let's hear more Bane Spy Kids takes.
Suck?
This is like a new segment now.
That's like wasn't that one like all the time in the world or whatever?
Yeah.
And like it wasn't Carmen and Junie. It was like.
Yeah,
it was like totally new actors.
I got some randos.
And they got some
fucking team of characters.
I mean, Carmen and Junie do show up, but as grown-ups now. It's so bad. The amount of time jokes in that movie, it's fucking stupid. The dog being British.
Goddamn movie
the funniest thing was the dog being British, and the guy. God, I hate the guy who makes the voice, but he's popular. Let me find the name real quick. Where is he? Spy Baby, Rebecca, Carmen. Where is he? Well, this is the movie I watched the most as a kid, so no one can say I'm biased, right?
Yeah.
Wait, you watched Spy Kids 4 the most as a kid?
Yes, I think that's because it was the one most played Cartoon Network.
That old?
It's from 2011.
Wow.
That's the one I watched the most as a kid. I can't find this guy's name. What the fuck?
2011? I could have swore it was. No, I'm losing my mind.
Was it really?
Okay, the guy who makes the voice of the dog is Ricky Gervais. Gervais? You guys know. If I send the face, you guys are gonna know him. He's kind of a bigot.
Oh, Joe McHale is in that movie? Damn.
Ricky Gervais. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I know Ricky Gervais. He's the guy from The Office, UK.
Yeah. Oh, he's in the. I didn't know he was in The Office. I just seen a lot of clips of him being extremely big at it. So.
Yeah, he's Michael Scott of the British version, of the original version.
We love dunking on bigots.
I gotta give it to him, though. He's kind of funny.
He's not the greatest guy, but
he is kind of funny though. As the dog, that was the highlight of the movie.
He voices the dog.
He voices the fucking dog, bro. Yeah.
So it's just his voice. He's not in it. Like it's not his face.
No, it's not his face. He's the dog.
That is crazy.
Well, yeah. The movie kind of sucked. If I know it is crazy to say to a Spy Kids movie, but it felt cheesy in the wrong way, not cheesy in the good way. It felt very forced. All the jokes were out of place. There were too many poop jokes, that like an extreme amount of poop jokes. And it just felt, all the other Spy Kids movie, I could feel how the director was having fun. This one, it felt like he definitely wasn't in it. And I felt that way so hard. So then I googled about it, was like, maybe I'm going crazy. But he apparently was forced to do this movie because of a contract. And I tell you, bro, you can feel that in the movie, how he's just not in it anymore compared to the first three. And that definitely goes to show in the end result. So I didn't like that movie at all. That movie was kind of dookie. And I'm definitely watching too many movies because I'm watching them with my girlfriend now. That's our main activity right now, movie watching.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Next movie we watched though was Terminator 3. This movie apparently is very hated, and I do not know why. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, bro. Maybe you can illuminate me here, Alcrin. Maybe you're a big hater of this movie. But I really like this movie.
I'm going to tell you, I don't remember any Terminator, because I haven't seen much Terminator franchise.
I thought you would be big on Terminator, honestly. You gave me that.
I owned it. I owned them, the entire collection on DVD, but surprisingly, I never got around to watching them.
That's crazy, honestly. Well, if anyone can tell me in the comment section why they hate Terminator 3, I honestly don't know. I thought the movie was very cool. I thought this female Terminator was also cool. If anything, I feel like the death, the overall timeline made the most sense with this one, and it was great seeing how everything looked back, and that ending that is very unexpected and jaw-dropping if it's the first time you've watched it. And well, I don't know what else I can say about this movie. I think all the action scenes are amazing. That fucking truck chase sequence. If there's a Terminator movie, apparently there's gotta be a truck chase sequence. But this one has the best truck chase sequence of all, in my humble opinion. And I really like this movie. I like this movie more than Terminator 1. I'll say it. I like this movie more than Terminator 1. The best one's still Terminator 2 though. But yeah, I really like Terminator 3. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, so I try to be faster in the next ones. Final Destination. It was a fun movie.
Oh my god! You started watching Final Destination.
We did. We're getting into it with my girlfriend. We watched the first one. It was a fun movie.
Shit, I gotta watch it then, because I can't be the only one that hasn't seen
them. Oh my god, these films are so campy, and it's amazing.
It is campy. That's the best way to say it. It's campy. It's campy fun. If you're getting into them expecting a masterpiece, you're gonna be disappointed. But they are very fun.
Oh, you're gonna be so let down.
I hope.
No, but I get the vibe that it is. I understand why people like it.
Yeah, watching this first one, I just hope the deaths could get a little bit more creative. That's all I'm saying. The first one, I can get it. They're getting the footing in. They're getting started. The deaths didn't really quite catch me. You know, I can only remember like one. I'm thinking about the deaths. I remember one which was especially funny, where the guy fucking trips and chokes himself in the funniest way possible.
Yeah.
But the other ones, you know what? I think they do masterfully. The misdirection or the hints sometimes, you know? They do this panning on some objects and some things, and you're like, they gotta call their attention. You're like, oh no, she's gonna die because of that, right? And then they pan on to the next time, and it's like, oh no, she's gonna die because of that, right? And then you watch the next thing, and it's, oh, she's gonna die because of that, right? And then you get to the ending, and she actually dies because of all of that. That is fucking great. Yeah. That is such a great scene. It had me pogging. As a future director myself, because I'm gonna release a movie in 2050. Look forward to that one. I really love the camera usage in this movie. I think how I'm saying that the misdirection. Sometimes he pans into something, never ends up being used. But the feeling of dread you feel at looking at that object, you're like, how is she gonna die because of that? Or how are they gonna die because of that? I'm specifically thinking of one death. That's why I keep saying she. But it does this a lot for every death, and I think It's great, the feeling of dread it gives you and gets your imagination going on how they're gonna use that for death. And sometimes they don't use it, and sometimes they do, but it always gets you thinking, and I think that's the best part about this movie. I think if I gotta say anything about this movie, it's that they do this very well. You wanna say anything else about Final Destination, Alcrane? I know you were gonna have a comment for this one.
Have you seen the trailer for the new one?
No, I usually like going to stuff completely blind. The less I know, the better. Like the song says, my Tame Impala.
It literally does what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
The entire trailer, the one of the trailers, not the latest one. The latest one, sadly, just gives away the entire movie. It's kind of a bummer. But
that's why I don't like looking at trailers anymore, right? I feel like they just show too much.
There was one trailer, and all it was just the entire sequence of one of the characters' deaths, and it was pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I could get tired of that though if it keeps happening in every single movie. Don't tell me if it does or not, but I feel like I could get tired of that.
Shit.
But what is the overarching, like, what is the story? Like, what is going on? Why are there so many movies? Like, I don't know anything about it.
I don't know why there's a sequel. Like, this one felt pretty close.
Like, what is it? Like, I don't know anything about it.
The reason why there's a sequel and why there's a series is because I'm the kind of person who goes, again, as everyone knows, I'm the hipster, like the most hipster in this group of hipsters.
Definitely.
That I'm completely against the one brain cell comment, the basic bitch viewpoint of like, a perfect story should never have a sequel. It should be always self-contained, front to back.
It's based, though. That's a real ass thing.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. But I completely disagree with it. But for once, in one situation, I think Final Destination should have been that series where it's like it was fine, front to back, just self-contained. In a way, another film that should have been self-contained was Megan. I don't think it needed a sequel, but it's getting one and it's changing genres, which is pretty fun. But like, you know, outside of that, it's Final Destination is that series for me where like it should have just ended after the first one, but because they had a semblance of a success for it, they had to just make another one.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
and they made 6 now, right? Or 5?
The sixth one is on the way. There's 5 right now. The 6th one is on the way. But I will say, the 2nd one and the 5th one are very tied to the 1st. But the 3rd and the 4th one are definitely like, you question why the fuck they are here. Mm-hmm. Who invited them to the party? Who invited them to the family reunion? That's literally what the 3rd and 4th Final Destinations are.
So
you guys are a fucking disgrace.
To answer your question, Dan, they escape death, and then that is like, no, you gotta die anyways, right? Like the main guy has a vision about them dying, and he prevents the main group's death. And death itself is like, no, you gotta die, man. I'm sorry. And so then it keeps coming up with like creative ways to end up killing them. And death isn't like a guy that walks around and does stuff. It's like this entity that like moves stuff with telepathy, right? Or like it just can, like death is a concept, right? There's not a character representing death or a monster representing death. It's just like, I would have liked it more if death was kept more vague and wasn't explicitly supernatural. You know what I mean, Alcrane? Because there's this one scene where the guy sleeps in the bathroom, where the liquid actually comes back to the toilet, and I was like, I'm not sure if I like that. I would have preferred if death ended up just being a chain of casualties that could happen, and not something that was so explicitly supernatural that like it's impossible to happen without an outside force, right? That was my one complaint with the Final Destination. I thought it would have been so much cooler to have death as this like, well, death still has to operate inside the realm of possibility, and it can't do magic shit. But besides that one death, it doesn't really do anything too magic, so I gave it a pass because of that. But I feel like the concept of this could happen to you.
All I'm going to say is that if you're going into this expecting anything other than massive camp, then
you're doing it wrong.
Then you're going to be really fucking disappointed.
Mm-hmm. No, that's an interesting premise though, because I just truly had no idea that I knew it's this massive fan base and like people love these movies to death. So I never knew about that. Mm-hmm. So good to know.
Yeah.
I've actually somehow avoided seeing
is that the fourth movie is the worst one of the franchise.
I'll see if I agree with you when I come back after watching more of these.
All right, yeah. I'll see if I remember that.
It has the least appealing characters.
Oh, we'll see. I don't think I liked any of the characters in the first one, bro. Plus, the reactions are so unrealistic, bro. If you see someone get their head chopped off in front of you, you wouldn't be like, damn, that sucks, man. Okay, let's do the next thing. Yeah. they're like, they don't give a fuck, man. They actually don't give a fuck about anything. Your friend just died in front of you, bro. At least cry a little. Oh no. Yeah, whatever. Okay,
no,
Final Destination though. Next one. This one was actually my favorite of the bunch. I like this even more than Lord of the Rings. The movie is called The Killer. Just like that. It's not a horror movie before you get excited, Alcran. I'm sorry.
I assume so.
Yeah, it's directed by David Fincher, the same guy who did Fight Club. So that should already bring you to attention. He also did Seven and Gone Girl. Also Zodiac. You know this guy's got a pretty good history, right? His name's David Fincher. I don't know if I said it, but yeah, the movie is about a professional assassin who, I don't know how much I want to say about this movie because I loved it so much that I think you should go in blind. The start, if you're not used to slow movies, is gonna kill you, man. It has a very slow start with just narration and nothing else. You just see the guy doing some stuff, but it sets the foundation about what the movie is about. You should pay attention to the rules this guy has up for himself, and you should try to think about what the message the movie is trying to convey is. I don't think you're gonna like it as a movie by itself if you don't try to think about the deeper message. That's what it's that kind of movie, right? There are movies where it asks from you to pay a little more attention and look beyond the main story, and this is one of them. You can't just turn your brain off and watch this one expecting it to be like a fun action movie. There is barely any action in this. You're mainly gonna see the guy just walk around, set up traps, and someone dies every now and then with a cool action sequence, but it's mostly a psychological movie. And it's an introspection of the character, and I don't want to give away too much. We could talk about it if you guys eventually watch it, but it is a pretty heavy movie to watch. It requires a lot from you, so I am fine with this not being for everyone. But it was my favorite movie out of the bunch I watched, and it definitely entered a top. I don't know if a top 20 or a top 10, but it definitely entered a top for me. I like how positive the final message is. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. I need some positivity and some hope. So you know what? Maybe that could do it for me. That was called The Killer.
The Killer, yes, by David Fincher. There are a bunch of movies called The Killer, so that information is
right. Yeah, I see this one here. I see it.
But it was released in 2023, and Magneto is the protagonist. Also, I'm pretty sure no one even gets a name. I think that's a cool thing. Also helps make the message of the story hit harder. Okay, next movie I watch. I'm sorry, I've watched so many movies, but you know I.
Don't be sorry.
Some of them, yeah, I keep saying so. You know what? Fuck you. You guys are gonna listen to me. Next movie I watched.
Oh, it's perfect.
The second Indiana Jones movie.
Hey yo!
You guys know that meme of the girl who's like, "Damn, I don't remember this being so racist. Oh, that comment was kind of homophobic. Damn, that was misogynistic." I was like that during the whole movie. I did not remember this movie being so bigoted, bro. It was you know, it was kind of racist and it was very misogynistic. I think very misogynistic falls short. You know,
I actually never seen the second one. I've only seen the first one.
You may want to give it a pass because of its release on the 80s, but you know that's not really an excuse for racism. So I gotta take off a few points with that one, and it's the majority of the movie's racist too. So it's like, damn. This makes this watch uncomfortable. I am feeling uncomfortable right now. But the action sequences are well shot. I really liked a lot of the I love the shots, right? And outside of action sequences, there's this very creative use of lighting that you just don't see anymore nowadays, because I know this is a very talked about topic already, but the use of the lighting nowadays is specifically realistic, right? You can't have a source of light coming out of nowhere just because you want to have a certain mood in a scene. Nowadays, everything's gotta be realistic. You gotta think about every single light source and where it's coming from, and you can't just have a light source to emphasize a scene or a certain part of the shot because it's not realistic, right? Otherwise, you'd be like, oh, where's that light coming from? And I feel like watching this movie, I just miss how creative they used to get. Sometimes they use something in set to make that dynamic lighting, and sometimes it's just like, no, the eyes of the character in the scene are illuminated because it helps contrast with the background and set the mood. And no reason, you know, the lighting is just there. You don't gotta question it. The same way you don't gotta question the music. Because of course there's no music playing in the scene. The music is for you, dumbass. Same with the lighting. That's how it should be. At least in my humble opinion. And that's why every night sequence nowadays you just can't see shit on the screen. Outside of that though, not much to say about Indiana Jones movie. It is an Indiana Jones movie. It's fairly inferior to the first one. Even outside of the racism and misogyny, I think it's just inferior. Indiana Jones just gets shot into the adventure for no real reason, it feels like. And too fast, and everything fucking happens too quick. And you don't really get a good cathartic moment. And the villain sucks, and I can keep talking about the things that aren't as good, but the directing is what's got me, the aesthetic, you know, that still got me hooked enough for people to say, yeah, you should watch this movie, you should watch the second Indiana Jones movie. Don't skip it, it's an important piece of film history. And even bad movies. I don't think this is a bad movie, but even bad movies deserve to be watched sometimes. You can't just be watching good movies, bro. You just gotta hop in sometimes and watch some ass. Yeah, Indiana Jones. That was Indiana Jones. I don't know if anyone has a strong opinion about Indiana Jones 2 here, but that was my take after watching it.
Not the second one.
I don't.
Yeah, the first one's pretty good, and I heard the third one is a fan favorite, so I'm really looking forward to the third one.
The
Last Crusade.
The only thing I am going to say is that I don't, and now it's been the actual ages since I've watched it, but I do think that the fourth one was somehow like not morally, but just worse in so many ways than the second one. But I'll let you form your opinion when you get to that one.
Yeah, I'll see what it is. Okay.
Mostly because the third one did not release in the 80s. It was like 2000 something.
Oh, the thousands? Damn, I thought it would be the 90s.
Yeah. No, it was. And because you could see that Harrison Ford is definitely older.
Yeah. Okay, I got 2 movies left, and I'm gonna save the one we know we're gonna talk about the most for last. So Vampire Clay. Have you watched this movie, Algren?
I've never heard of it.
It's Japanese. It's definitely one of the underground movies. But you like horror movies?
Japanese horror movies are amazing.
Yeah. I think this one, it has very low rating, and this is the movie I was talking about when I said, well, I saw a low rating movie that I actually really liked.
While we're on the topic of it, if you would like sometime, even though you probably already watched it with your girl or just seen it already, I've only seen the American adaptations of the
Ring.
Of the Ring.
Yeah, The Ring.
I have not, and The Grudge. I have only seen the American adaptations of The Grudge.
Okay, we can watch the Japanese one. I haven't watched it either.
I
have watched The Ring. I haven't watched The Grudge.
Or I think in Japanese it's called Ju-on.
Yeah, I know The Ring in Japanese is just called The Ring, but people call it The Ringu, just to differentiate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, we can watch The Ring, Algren. I mean, The Grudge. Or
both.
Yeah.
Both series.
So yeah, Vampire Clay. You can watch this one by yourself because I just watched it and I don't feel like watching it again.
You don't need to.
Yeah, the thing is, my problem with this movie, it definitely overstates its welcome. It is longer than it needs to be. I think it kind of flops at sending the message it's trying to send about artists and their grudge and jealousy for the artist. I feel like if you wanna give that message, you should focus on that more. You should either focus on giving that message or on being a campy horror movie, and tries to do both, and it tries to do both too much, where the movie ends up feeling disconnected. Where it's not deep enough for you to get a major message from it, and it's not full of camp, so you gotta get through the parts that make you think like, oh yeah, well this would be better if you would have constructed it properly, but it's kind of mid now. So it ends up being kind of mid at both, but the special effects are amazing. The practical effects, I should say, because the movie is about a clay that's alive and it sucks people's blood, and after killing them it can take their form. The body horror in this one is great. It is amazing. I cannot praise it enough how good, because it's definitely a low budget movie. You can tell this is a passion project for sure. You can tell because of the place they're shooting the movie, the way the special effects look, and the small casting of the movie. And still it manages to shine through with some beautiful creative scenes that are equally as disturbing. And I think you, Algren, who enjoy watching that kind of shit, you're gonna love this, because there are so many gross parts where you just want to turn away from the screen and not look at it anymore because it's turning your stomach.
Are we talking like potentially more stomach churning than Human Centipede? Because like
no, it's not gross in the sense that it's like sexual or uncomfortable like that, or there's feces or shit like that. No, it's uncomfortable in the way like it is wrong for a body to do that. It should not do that, bro. It looks it is disturbing. You shouldn't be able to rip apart human flesh like that. It is very graphic too, and I think it shines through because of its lack of a budget. Because if it was a CGI slop, it would look fucking awful. But because they use actual clay and creative camera controls and shit, it ends up being a really good experience overall. And I enjoy Vampire Clay quite a lot. I think I recommend it to horror fans, and specifically horror fans, or maybe people who like special effects, well, practical effects. And if you're one of those people, you should watch it. Otherwise, you shouldn't, because you're gonna hate this movie, and I think that's why it has such a low rating. But yeah, I think it's an overall good movie. I would say it doesn't deserve that much hate, but I understand where the hate is coming from. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last movie, because you really want to talk about this one, Algren. I watched Prometheus. So
Okay.
I like Prometheus. It is my second best Alien movie for me. Or well, not best, favorite.
That's a take.
And I think it was a really good movie. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's amazing how they're trying to. Well, all the parts where this is like their god, right? Like this creature created them, and how they're trying to interact with it and cope with that fact, and the questions that are brought up, I think are really interesting. It has probably the least interesting special effects out of any Alien movie. Like, there are no cool xenomorphs shots, there are no cool, like, fucking fucked up birth scenes or anything like that, but it leans more into the philosophical side of Alien.
Hold up. There was a massive scene.
Oh, well, yeah. There is the one scene. That one scene that's amazing.
Yeah.
The self-abortion scene.
Fucked, but that was.
It is a very short, that's why it blew to my mind, but I think that's the only remarkable one. I think out of every scene, I think that's, when it comes to I think that's the most remarkable one, especially because it doesn't pull its punches, right? It's not like other movies where they pan the camera away and let you do the imagination. It just full-on shows you what's going on, and that makes it very hard to watch, and it's a masterfully crafted scene. And from the psychological standpoint too, because, well, Alien was always about unwanted pregnancy, right? And abortion and how to cope with it and that kind of stuff. And it leans into that, but I think it mostly wants to focus the psychology on something else. Like, well, the fact that, well, this is a god. This is your god. This is who created you. How are you gonna treat this higher being now? And while I do think that the answer ends up being a little boring because the guy's just psycho that ends up fucking killing everyone, I think it's worth, and it gets your noggin working, and I think that's the biggest thing you can say about the movie. And I like Prometheus a lot. Yeah, the characters, they were fine mostly. I think that the most interesting one by far is the Reploid. It's Magneto. Mr. Magneto steals away this movie. Trying to think about, well, this dynamic of, well, the alien created us and we created Reploids, and how this dynamic works at all. You're like, well, why did you create me? The Reploid asks, and then the guy says, well, because you were convenient for us. Wouldn't that suck if that's what you got replied to you? I think that is such a great scene, that conversation between the Reploid and the guy. That really stole the movie for me. That this whole dynamic between Reploids, humans, and gods. Because humans, we do like to play God a lot of the time. And
yeah, we do.
It's an interesting movie that really, it gets you thinking. I like movies that get me thinking, and so I like Prometheus a lot. What didn't you like about Prometheus, Alcrin?
So I said this last time, but Prometheus was my first R-rated movie I ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'd think I have bias for it, but after rewatching the Alien series a while ago, it definitely, I feel like that I don't think it deserves a spot in top 3. I'm sorry.
I think if anything, it doesn't deserve a spot on spot 3 because every other movie is quite good, not because this one's bad.
No, this one's pretty bad. Like, I do also think that I think the first two are leagues above the rest of the franchise, and the third one is skippable but entertaining still, and not horrid or bad per se.
I had my take about Alien 3 back then.
Series, I think the rest of the series is like passable. Like, I think the series definitely should have ended after the second one.
I disagree. I think it gives us amazing things. I think Alien 3 has really good scenes. I even Resurrection, which is my least favorite so far. I think has some great scenes and some great takeaways you can get from it, especially Prometheus. Like, I think if you tell me, well, if in Enino 2 we don't get Prometheus, I was like, yeah, no deal, bro. I want Prometheus.
I mean, I can respect your take. I'm trying to think of a way to respond without, you know.
You gotta stop playing Call of Duty, bro. Focus up, man. We're on a podcast right now.
Sorry, I'm dealing with all the zombies on this barrier. Like, come on. We're here for a reason.
I don't have anything to say because I haven't seen these things, but.
Yeah, but
I think Alien is definitely a franchise worth watching.
Yeah, I know it is. I should.
I think that the first two are like necessities. The rest of them completely optional, completely skippable.
I highly disagree, honestly. I think there's, like I said, I think there's a lot of takes you can take away, and I think, like you said, you shouldn't let other people cloud your judgment, right? Going into Alien 3, people were saying that shit suck, I shouldn't watch it, it's fucking awful, fucking 1 out of 10.
I don't think it was that bad. I
liked it. I think they are amazing. Like, if you told me, well, I stopped watching 2, then I miss out on the alien, humanoid alien birth scene, like the xenomorph alien human thing, I'll be like, damn, I wouldn't want to miss that from Resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
3 had the scene where Ripley just, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but that final Ripley scene on 3, I think that was great too, and I think the special effects on 3 too, where, sure, 3 feels like it's a repeat of everything that's happened before, but it brings us unique scenes and a unique take on this power dynamic between men and women. I'm like, okay, you know, there's a lot of things about 3 to like besides the main story, you know. I don't think even if every Alien movie, I think even Prometheus to some extent, talks about abortion and unwanted pregnancy, I think each one brings a unique thing to the table. Even if the main story feels like it's a buckle of everything happening all over again, you know. Oh yeah, Ripley's alone, and then there's an alien, and it goes killing everyone one by one except for Ripley, and then Ripley kills the alien in the end. Spoiler alert. Even if you look past that, there is so much to like in the cinematography, the special effects, the practical effects. Not the acting though. The acting kind of falls off after the second one, but and the symbolism in it. I think there's so much to like about the Alien franchise that I think if you wanna get into it, you should probably give a chance to every movie, unless you legitimately just don't have the time for every single one of them. But give it a shot. I'd say just give a shot to every movie in the franchise. I haven't gone into Covenant yet though. Disclaimer. I'm saying this for so far, Prometheus. That's as far as it got. That's my take about the Alien franchise. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm definitely right.
I'm just gonna say, like, Covenant kind of solidifies the comment that it's that the series is arguably just softcore porn. I don't know how else to put it.
No. Well, I feel like the only awkward scene in the other ones are, well, they are unintentionally awkward. Actually, fuck it. I feel like every awkward scene in the Alien movies are intentionally awkward.
They are intentionally awkward, directed by Dave Schneider.
Damn. But yeah, I'd say yeah, that they're all trying to convey something with the awkwardness. You know, you're not supposed to be turned on by the xenomorph in that one scene in Alien Resurrection. You're supposed to be like, oh, this is kind of gross, man.
Yeah, but you got freaks on the internet, so...
Well, yeah, it's still fuck a xenomorph. It's not because of the movie, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I'm doing a little trolling, man. I'm trolling you a little bit. Calm down.
Oh, you're totally trolling.
Yeah, I'm totally trolling you. I'm not looking up Xenomorph Rule 34 right now on my phone. I'm not doing that. Yeah, but Chung is.
Are you only saying that because your girlfriend watches the stream now?
I'm not.
Thing now?
I'm not. My girlfriend will be fine with me jerking it to Xenomorph.
Do we have written confirmation about that?
I'll ask her right now and I'll send the answer in the podcast chat.
I'll send the answer in the podcast. All right. We'll just take your word for it, I guess. But so is that your final movie that you saw?
Yeah, Prometheus. Next one's gonna be Covenant, then we're finally gonna get to the last one, Romulus.
Gotcha.
What kind of movies have you seen, Algren?
Oh boy, I think I've seen like a whopping of 2 at most. Nowhere near as much. Yeah, okay. No, I've only seen 1, but then there's another upcoming movie.
For Elia? Yeah, Earth, right? What are we talking about?
I saw the Minecraft movie.
Oh, I am
how'd
placing
you like
blocks and shit, cause I'm in fucking Minecraft.
La 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 la.
Chicken.
Chicken.
There you go.
It's so stupid.
I haven't
What
watched
the
it
fuck
yet,
is
bro.
wrong with
Don't
you guys?
spoil the Minecraft movie for me. I'm gonna be so mad if you spoil the Minecraft movie for me.
The only comment I'm going to make is that
It was shit.
let me ask you guys. Take the Sonic movie and the Mario movie, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like those movies were, when you sit down and you watch them, do you think that those movies feel like a movie just made for, like, do you think that they're made for everybody, or do you think that those movies were made as a Happy Meal toy slop?
Which movies?
Sonic and Mario.
I think Mario definitely. I think the Sonic movies definitely got a little bit. Maybe 1 and 2, but I think 3 is made with a lot of love. There's no lie here. They are made for kids, okay? They are movies made for kids, but that doesn't mean they're McDonald's toy slop. You know, you can still make a kids movie and make it be like good for kids, right?
Exactly. In that case, the correct answer for them is no. It's that they don't feel like Happy Meal toy slop.
No, I don't think
they're made with actual. I mean, except maybe Sonic 3. That was totally just like references and memes and just a shit show all around.
Dude, you get a.
But,
I was gonna say something very bad,
like
but I'm not gonna say.
The first and second movie were not like they actually had a storyline in mind, and same with the Mario movie. Like, there was a solid storyline in mind, and, like, you know, it was meant to keep everyone's attention during it. And it was not just like a fucking TikTok compilation the entire way through. Whereas sitting down and watching the Minecraft movie, it genuinely felt like it was just a joke the entire way through.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from the the comments of people who went to watch the movie. Honestly,
it just it was meant to sell Happy Meal toys, to sell figurines, products, merchandise for Minecraft. It was meant to convince kids to bug their parents to take them to the movie theater so that they could go to school the next day and just make Minecraft references and exactly that.
It's working for me right now, bro. I'm getting fucking brainwashed.
The only thing I will say about that movie, like, not to put it down, is that I genuinely think that Jack Black just wanted to have a fun time.
Dude, every clip I see from the movie does look like that, bro. Like, Jack Black's having a blast.
He is having a great time. And because putting the Minecraft movie aside, Jack Black actually knows how to sing. He's got a pair of vocals on him.
He did that Peach song, bro. Peaches, peaches, peaches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Bane, not trolling right now. Like, you want a real song by him that I guess you could say is a joke, but in a way is
yes, he's metal band. Bro.
Less of a joke than them. He did the video game song.
That is a good song. I mean, all of his Tenacious D songs that I know are also really good.
Yeah, I know Tenacious D.
He's a good musician.
And he also sings in School of Rock, bro. What a movie that one is.
Yeah.
That is a good movie.
We're putting all the fucking jokes away, and we're being serious. He has talent as a singer and an actor. And I feel like that he just wanted another movie to have fun. And there you go. He worked with Jason Momoa and then whoever the fuck the actors are to play the other three characters.
Mm-hmm. the
other guys, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately it's like that.
Like
the girl's really popular here in Latin America because people think she's really attractive. I don't know if she's a kid or not, but I've seen she has a lot of popularity. I think the actor's an adult. I'm pretty sure she's an adult.
I don't know her.
But yeah, so I saw the Minecraft movie. I want to say, without trashing on it, it's so easy to just go away and be like, oh yeah, I saw a movie that was just intended for children, and it sucked for me. Like, dude, at that point, I'd go off to the fucking Paw Patrol movie, and look at that, I just triggered all the creepy adults who adore Paw Patrol. Like, the adult version, whenever the Paw Patrol version of bronies are, I just triggered that entire family.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, man. When I was taking care of my little sister, bro, and Peppa Pig was on, I was locked the fuck in watching Peppa Pig. Not gonna lie, that shit was
I bet you were. I bet you were. I bet you were.
Peppa Pig, more like Peppa Pig, bro.
Oh,
that's fucking hilarious.
I'm sure that's the case, Payne.
I'm not even lying, man. Some of these kids shows are
Peppa Pig is crazy. I love that.
Pig, man. God damn. But yes, it's like it's so easy to just trash on the Minecraft movie like that. But I'm trying to look at it from like, instead of just saying this movie sucks and such, there's probably a bunch of kids out there that really do adore Minecraft, playing it on a little iPad on that, you know, their moms got them at way too young of an age. And like, you know, they play it all the time and they really wanted to see this movie. And as stupid as these quotes and jokes are, they had the time of their life going and seeing the movie and going to McDonald's afterwards and getting a fucking Steve figurine.
You know what? I was going to go to McDonald's to get the fucking thing, but I was like, no, you know, McDonald's kind of sucks, and I'm not gonna give them money for the fucking figurine, bro. For the fucking potion.
I was the same way with the Pokemon cards. I was like, I don't want.
It looked really cool, man, but I have morals here, you know. I'm morally superior to anyone who went to buy it because I stopped myself.
The thing about Minecraft is, like, the movie is like, yeah, I agree. I think like the kids that saw it would have had a great time, and that's great. And Minecraft is not even like a game I really ever got into.
I do.
So it's not really like my field, but I just feel like they could have also had like a much more enjoyable time if it was just like fully animated. I think that I saw that there's gonna be an animated like Netflix Minecraft show, so like maybe that would be good. I just feel like animation is it's just always going to be underappreciated, and people are going to like look down on it as a medium. And I think that like the more we get movies where, you know, of course there was animation in it, it's not all live action, but like I just feel like, you know, kids would rather that. I don't think the kids are going to get super excited about Jack Black, except for the fact that there's memes. But like if they have like just a really cool animated movie, you could do so much more with it. That's my only take with that. It's just, I don't know why we always have to put live action characters in it. And I know it's not a new trend. I mean, there's been the old Looney Tune movies and Space Jam and all that, but like, I don't know.
I think Space Jam has way more soul though, because the characters are actually animated.
It does. Not the second movie.
Yeah, like
the
people like care about them. They're like actually characters.
Abomination.
I don't even remember what the. I know Don Cheadle was in it and he was evil.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see.
I remember that one. I don't remember much else.
Slightly taking a couple steps back, but I just want to say about the Mario movie. And like, I think the first one, it did in a way feel like it was just like a very.
The first one.
A very well. I say the first one because there's going to be a sequel.
Oh, okay. Didn't know.
But like, it was cool. I liked it a lot. It had like a great soundtrack, and honestly, I think like the voice, the cast did a pretty good job. Like,
even
honestly, it wasn't.
Did he cook?
It wasn't bad. In the end, I think it could have been better, but it wasn't bad. But the thing, like Miyamoto said in an interview, like. The second movie, like they want to explore more of the Mario universe and have more enemies and stuff. So I feel like it had to be that way. It had to be a little bit watered down. It had to be a little bit boring, giving us just a tease of this world. And then really, I hope that the next movie can really go crazy with what they do and in terms of like the enemies and stuff like that, and see what Bowser could do and who he could team up with. I think that there's a lot of potential. So when like I compare it to the Sonic movie, like the Sonic movie has now had 3 movies to expand on, and they
cooked.
Yeah, they cooked pretty hard. They had a good formula of introducing new characters, making them a focus of the movie, and then continuing on the story. So
and then Metal Sonic shows up in the end because it's fucking awesome, and I love Metal Sonic.
Yeah, Metal Sonic and Amy was fucking. Cool.
I cream my fucking pants.
That was the best part of the movie.
I would say the best part is when Super Shadow and Super Sonic fought, and then they fucking punched each other, and then a fucking mountain ripped apart. I think that was the coolest part, actually.
And then they kissed.
They
actually kissed. Actually, they didn't show that on camera, but they did kiss.
They kissed like really deeply.
The fight between Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Gerald.
Yeah, you know that was actually a good part. Or when they infiltrate the base and there's like.
So yeah, I say that about the Mario movie. Like, I think it will. Whenever the sequel comes out, I think that is gonna be. Hopefully, it's gonna be like one of my favorite movies. I have high hopes for it because I think it like I mean, a little teaser. But even looking at Mario Kart 8 and seeing the deep references they have in that game, Mario Kart World, the new one.
Like a 9.
Yeah, 9, whatever the fuck. But like seeing the stuff that they had in that game, like in the trailers, seeing all the callbacks, and again, we'll talk more about it. But it gives me a lot of hope that they know what fans want in a sequel to a movie to the movie. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I hope we see more about it at some points, relatively soon. Maybe I don't know, maybe this end of this year, teasing for 2027. Maybe 2026 it could even be released. Who knows? But yeah, I have some high hopes for that. I think it'll only benefit from getting more movies, having more of the world established. Mm-hmm. We got to see Wario and Waluigi. Come on, Bowser Jr. We got to see the whole gang.
I agree. To connect these tracks all back together. I feel like that the Minecraft movie summed up is that it is not like the rest of the video game movies that we've received as of late, where they have the ability to appeal to children, but they also appeal to adults, where it's not a snooze fest or like dick around on your phone during 80% of the movie kind of thing. It genuinely feels like a real movie, and that's not what Minecraft is. It's a heartbreaker to me exclusively. To move on,
Okay,
I don't know if it's going to be the same director as the Pooniverse, or whatever we're going to call it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But we are getting a new fantasy horror movie, this time with Cinderella. And it is named The Ugly Stepsister. And it is releasing April 18th.
Dude, I think I watched something with the same name. No, different site though.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. I don't watch that kind of stuff. I'm kidding.
Like opens up with some drums and such. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's going to lead us straight into the TV shows, and you know what? I'm gonna start us off.
Come on, bro.
So back, we were shitting on a few streaming services a moment ago, right? Like we were like, who the hell uses Hulu or whatever?
We are shitting on them. I don't know how good they are or how much they cost, but it's like, what the fuck am I gonna watch on Hulu, bro?
Look, that is, I think you're hitting too high, okay? Because Hulu has fanboys. They're depraved.
Don't kill me.
Do you know what a streaming service is basically just unknown as fuck?
Which one?
Tell me. Floop?
Peacock.
Oh, Peacock, that's true, bro. Who uses Peacock, man?
The only thing I'm going to give Peacock is 2 shows. First of all, is one that I watched forever ago.
Wait, do you have Peacock, bro, or do you?
I do have Peacock.
Damn, I've never made an account.
But it's the Chucky series, which I saw a while ago.
Oh, true, they did release that.
I still need to get back to watching the 3rd season, even though the 2nd season was the perfect ending. The 1st season wrapped up perfectly fine. They didn't need a 2nd season. Then they had a season 2, and then 2nd season, it's like, you know what? It like you somehow made you made a cliffhanger off of nothing from the 2nd season, and now like the 2nd season was really well, and like that wrapped up fine, and now we're in 3rd season, and I just I fell out of it because like we're getting the U.S. president involved now or whatever. Not the current one. No, I'm talking about the one who's like a fictional one that.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like I don't even remember its name, but yeah. But there's another show on that's a Peacock exclusive that I just sat down and binged. And that was the TV adaptation of Twisted Metal.
That I don't know.
Bane, do you remember Twisted Metal?
I don't. Twisted Metal. Google search.
Bane, what the hell? You don't know?
Dude, what the fuck is this, man?
Bane, you're the podcast encyclopedia. You just know.
This does not look Japanese. I'm sorry, man. That's outside of my specs. That's outside my realm of knowledge.
Okay, fair. Twisted Metal.
It's a video game now.
It is a video game series, and it is like a how do I describe it? Like a demolition arena, where you essentially drive these cars around. You have to blow each other up because, like, the cars have weapons attached to it, and like the environment's also destructive and whatever. But the first season does really well as like its own standalone thing where it's like it's a few characters living in a world, because in in the video games, it's like the story behind Twisted Metal is that there's a tournament called Twisted Metal, and the winner of the tournament gets a rule-free wish from the host Calypso, but making this wish, it's always like curling the monkey's paw. Like, for example, the most popular and iconic character, Sweet Tooth the Clown, he's unstable to the, or no, his name is Needles Kane, but he drives a Sweet Tooth. But his wish is that he wants to find and kill the last member of his bloodline, which is his daughter. And so Calypso is like, okay, I'll take you to your daughter. And then Sweet Tooth wakes up in his daughter's coffin because she was already killed.
Ew.
So he ends up making a wish, and then he dies where no one can hear him because his wish was granted. And that's the kind of wish that Calypso gives. Is that if you make a wish, it will probably cost you your life. And that's just the person Calypso is. So we're this leads into upcoming ones. We find, because Twisted Metal itself dropped, I believe, in 2020 or 2021. We finally got an announcement and a trailer for the second season of Twisted Metal, and it's coming out in the summer. So that'll be fun.
Okay. Not really interested, to be honest. No, not my kind of thing.
The final non-anime I'm going to bring up is God, this is gonna be either hit or miss.
I guess they never miss, huh?
I started sitting down and binging through regular show.
Awesome.
So the reason why, okay,
we're getting a new season.
When it first, no, not a new season.
God damn.
And thank God it's not a new season, because
it ended perfectly.
When it first like released, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a few episodes here or there, regular shows, like the first 2 or 3 seasons. And I thought it was alright, but, you know, nothing to really keep up with. It felt like that the show was just... It's like, it didn't feel like it was connected. It's like, it felt kind of like Ed, Edd n Eddy, where it's like, you know, all the episodes happen individually. And, like, you know, it's maybe there's a little bit of references and hinting here and there, but, like, you know, it feels as if the characters still have, like, a lot of maturity or development. But then for some reason, on my YouTube Shorts feed that I doom scroll through for, like,
hell yeah, YouTube short brain rot, rise up.
Us, bro.
Exactly.
Me too.
So... like, for some reason, I've been getting regular show clips, and they are not of the early seasons. They are of the later seasons.
Yeah, there's so much shit that happens.
Holy fuck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good cartoons, man. Know what we get nowadays. Am I right, fellas?
For real.
True. Yeah. Sure.
But, like... like,
real shit.
Shit is like, this shit connects. It's like like these characters do mature, they do develop, they do grow, and more and more episodes are getting connected. And holy,
and they have an episode with Tyler the Creator and Donald Childish Gambino.
True. That is
so
true.
fucking good.
I didn't know that until I was older because, well, I watched it in Spanish.
Like,
it was dope.
The other big thing is that apparently in the finale, like Rigby and Eileen are like official during like the final season or whatever. So like they're official, but it's like Mordecai like ends up not getting with Margaret and whatever. But yeah, it's like
he ends up with someone else though.
Yeah, he ends up with someone else.
Yeah, there's another character.
Yeah, there's a so it's like everything kind of like plays out properly. Everything, it's like everyone's still connected, they grow and all that. So it's like I completely misjudged the show. Now,
well, it is funny shit on the first few seasons, and that's it. And
yeah,
it is really funny shit, but that's about it, though.
I mean, same with Adventure Time, like that, and I think that's intentional. Like,
I think that happens
the
with
writers
like, most
wanted
cartoons,
to do something silly, but also they had a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you watched Adventure Time, the more there was.
That happens with most cartoons of that time, right? Like, it's just like, oh yeah, we're kind of silly, and then actual character progression.
I mean, you could say the same.
Even
Steven
Gumball
Universe
to some
is perfect.
Yeah, even Gumball to some extent.
Steven Universe is always going to be one of my favorite. Like, it's a very special show to me because of just how much some of the writing really spoke to me. Like, that shit was fantastic. And then I also got a shout out to Infinity Train, one of the most amazing shows I've ever seen.
I've seen kill counts over Infinity Train.
Oh, dude, you've seen the kill counts, but you haven't seen the show.
Yeah. Look, the same said about what was it called?
The fucking brain rot, dude.
Unicorn Wars. I've also seen a kill count up. I need to sit down and binge.
Dude,
okay, I don't know that one.
Infinity Train. When I was on an age where I was still watching Cartoon Network and shit, I was kind of grown up already. I was like, okay, but I still kind of like Cartoon Network. I like Ben 10 Omniverse. Even nowadays, I still do. I was looking forward to that show, and it got the most fucked up release here. I don't know if it was the same for everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But here, it was fucked up, man. It only aired, I think, the pilot. The pilot got released here. In English with subtitles at 1 a.m. That's the only time.
Yeah, so of course no one watched it and they're like, yeah, we shouldn't run it.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Like 1 a.m., bro. I've never seen Cartoon Network do a release in English with subtitles, bro. They didn't even dub that shit. That was criminal.
It had a really weird story to be, like, where it got the green light from Cartoon Network, but it just couldn't get off the ground after the pilot. Like, it took many years of development. And then finally it did air on the on Cartoon Network originally, but then eventually in America, just everywhere, it was purchased on it was purchased by HBO.
Yeah.
And it was on HBO for a while. They got new seasons, but as you can imagine now, HBO, who just loves fucking deleting their cartoons off of their streaming service that can like have infinite storage.
Anymore? Fuck, man.
No, there was a huge movement of like save Infinity Train, and they had Infinity Train and countless other cartoons are now just missing from HBO.
That's fuck. But man, I didn't know that.
As far as I know, if it's still accurate, but I don't want to be giving out false information. But the point is, Infinity Train had a really fucked up sort of lifespan. It did not get the respect it deserved and the treatment it deserved, and ultimately there was going to be more to the story. The story had more to be told, and there was going to be an hour-and-a-half movie that the creator wanted to make. But it's really a shame.
Yeah, it sucks when corporations just shut down creatives like that.
Yeah, it truly was like one of the best like anthology mystery cartoons with just great writing. I absolutely, you guys have to watch it.
It's actually one of the few things that I want to watch that's still like cartoon, because when I was a kid I was like interested, so now I'm like, damn, I never ended up watching it because of the fucked up release that it got.
I think you will really appreciate it now you're older. It's just really fucking good. I watched it within the last like 4 years or so. I mean, I haven't seen it that long ago.
No, it's fine. You know,
But, yeah,
I don't want to sound like
very
I'm
good.
misreading cartoons, right? But as I was growing up, I was like not as interested in cartoons anymore. So I was like, you know, if everyone recommended me something, I was like, yeah, I'm not interested.
Yeah,
I did watch though. What's
no, I get it.
the only cartoon I watched when I was growing up besides what's the female Finn and Jake, Cake and
Oh, Fiona and Cake.
Fiona and Cake. I did watch that when it was released, and I watched this other cartoon about a magic space cat or something. What's it called?
I don't know it necessarily.
It is very popular. You probably know it. I'm just fucking up the description of the name.
Oh, is it Bee and
Yeah, Puppy Cat.
Cat?
Yeah, Puppy and Puppy Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, babe,
just
you are a
into
Bee and Puppy Cat girly.
Yeah,
Puppy
I
Cat.
watched that. I don't think I finished it though. I think I watched a couple of.
There's so many good cartoons, man. I gotta shout out Alcrin. You mentioned regular show. JG Quintel made an amazing show.
Oh yeah, I know.
Close Enough. Unfortunately, that got canceled after like 3 seasons, I think. But like, so fucking good, and it's more unfiltered than regular show. But it's regular show. It's just regular show. But I mean that in the best way. I don't mean that at all as to speak downly on it. It's hilarious, great writing, and the main character is again just JG Quintel. As far as I could tell, but that really good. And then there was another show that like was kind of like an indie cartoon. It was similar to Adventure Time, like in art style. I'm gonna try to Google it right now. That's why I'm trying to stall. But it was like a team of 4 people. I'm trying to figure out what it was called. I can try to find it but I remember that one was. It was like. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll try to find it.
The last thing for my segment of anime.
Oh, Bravest Warriors, got it.
The last thing I have is for anime, and the Vitoras and I started watching. We're almost done with it actually. We started watching the Apothecary Diaries.
Oh, that's a good anime. Fuck yeah.
It's pretty cute.
Give me the basic premise. Like I don't know anything about it.
Poor girl gets abducted, and I don't really know what a term to give it, so I won't.
The thing is, the main story isn't what's important. It's the little stories within it. It's an apothecary gets kidnapped and thrown into what's the equivalent of like a Chinese castle for the time, and she learns about you learn as the viewer of the costumes of the time of ancient China while she solves cases inside the castle, and it's basically just girl Sherlock Holmes. That's the thing, you know, she's a detective. That's the main appeal. She's a detective, and the whole idea is that you gotta solve the mystery along with her. She even gets her own Moriarty later on.
And
you're liking it so far, Alcrin? How far in are you?
There's some really funny characters, and yeah, it does delve into a bit of some sensitive topics.
Yeah.
That I don't even think we are allowed to address on stream.
Yeah, it gets pretty heavy at times, but it is historically accurate, and it talks a lot about.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it is historically accurate, and it talks about how it was at the time, how it was seen by the people, and I think the way it also treats how misogyny was back in the day and how you can compare it to nowadays. I think it's very interesting because some of those things, some of those customs, are still alive in our society. Even if it's an entire different culture, you can still see like, oh damn, you know, people do kind of treat women like that. And I think that's what I like the most about Apothecary Diaries. plus, shit's getting real on season 2, by the way. It's getting to a point where like it's past the manga, and I haven't read the light novel, so like shit gets real.
I think we're almost done with the second season.
Are you're watching it airing right now?
Yeah, we're watching it on. Well, I mean, I think the dub is done or something. It's weird because we're still able to watch it.
I think the dub is coming out at the same time as the original version.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Crunchyroll is providing us with that.
Crunchyroll is on top of that. But yeah, we're
Crunchyroll's like the only streaming service I pay. Like, I'm not stealing from my parents. I pay for Crunchyroll. I'm giving them money I think they deserve it. Thank you, Crunchyroll, for so many dubs and subs and.
Well, they don't because they barely pay their actors. But
oh, I didn't know that. That's good. Well, I'm not paying for them anymore. Never mind. Fuck you, Crunchyroll. I'm unsubscribing.
They do pay their actors, but it's like, you know, they don't pay them what's deserved.
Yeah, I got that.
Essentially.
Talking about cartoons, by the way, before we go into anime like that, there is a new Gumball season announced, by the way.
Huh.
Just wanted to get that out there. We finally got a date now, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, Dan, you do you have TV shows and anime?
Yeah, got a couple.
To Bane,
a couple of TV shows mentioned.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm sure Bane's got a lot, so we can go before.
It's Bane's category.
I'll just say two shows I've been watching ongoing. I'm not gonna say too much about them, but one is if you've ever seen Nathan For You or know about the style of comedy or documentaries that Nathan Fielder does, you might be interested in The Rehearsal. It's such a difficult show to try to explain, but like I could start with Nathan For You. It was a show that ran for a few seasons where this man, Nathan Fielder, he would go to businesses with sort of outlandish and really just wacky business strategies to try to get people to come in, and he was behind a large amount of like viral publicity stunts and a lot of things, and he was masterminding a lot of things throughout the seasons. It's all really just a crazy show. Anyway, so he ended up making a new show with HBO called The Rehearsal, and he has the same sort of craziness where he is looking to hire actors and rehearse and play out hypothetical situations, to prepare himself and somebody else for like a real situation, and it's just absurd. You can't even really describe it without watching a trailer or something. But the second season of that has come out. It's a lot bigger now because, in the first episode, he's talking about how, he has this idea that he wants to do, but, HBO has given him money to make like a comedy, but in reality, like, he's been doing a lot of research and reading about airplanes and aircraft malfunctions and failures and crashes and what leads to them. And he has, a whole, binders of research and notebooks of research of essentially how in the cockpit, the pilot will a lot of times just ignore the messages and the warnings from their co-pilot. And I guess to keep things simplified, because it is a simple show, but ultimately he starts to meet with a professional that used to work for like the aircraft safety, whatever that bureau is in the United States. And he came to him with a hypothesis like, I have money from HBO, I want to create these elaborate scenarios to get people practicing and trained in case of emergencies, so that we can try to crack this. And it is very much still a very like wacky kind of dry humor show. He's a very awkward character and person, but he is now looking to go after miscommunication in the cockpits, and really try to drive home at the point of the source of what's causing issues with air safety and stuff like that, and try to reinforce training and safe practices. So it's crazy. I don't know. It sounds fucking insane, and it is. But he's one of my favorite comedians. He's phenomenal. Everything he's ever made in terms of television has been fantastic. So that's the rehearsal. I don't know if any of you guys know about Nathan Fielder or ever heard of him.
No, I actually don't know who that is.
I have no idea who he is. But also, I'm really bad with comedians.
Well, his show Nathan Review, hilarious. Even if you just look up like funny compilations on YouTube, I can send you some clips. See what get your sense of. To give you an idea, like for one episode, he wanted to bring business into a frozen yogurt shop, but they just weren't doing that well, and he didn't. The owners were struggling to pay the rent and all this, so he worked with professional, like FDA workers and like people that create artificial flavorings and all this, and he created a poop flavored frozen ice cream or frozen yogurt, with the point of it being like the customers will be so dumbfounded by what it is that they're going to come in and order it, even though it is going to taste like poop. And so that's exactly what happened, and it was all over like local news and like newspapers at the time. And
that's stomach churning.
Yeah, I mean that's just one example, but the point is he does really wacky ideas, and it is a very like surreal and dry humor type of show. But it's also just really, really funny. Like almost feels like slapstick with just the shit that he gets away with. Yeah, that's that. That's what I've been watching. One other quick show. It is not really the type of show I think that I would normally like talk about on this podcast, but I started watching it when I was home a couple weeks ago. My mom mentioned it to me, and she was like, "You want to watch the first 2 episodes together?" So I did. It's called The Shrinking. It's the actor is the guy from How I Met Your Mother and the
Barney?
and the Muppets movie. I don't know. Is it Jason Segel? Is that his name?
The guy who also does the Smurfs.
What's up?
The guy who does the Smurfs too.
The Smurfs? I don't know if it is he in the Smurfs.
Hey, How I Met Your Mother. You're talking about Barney, right?
Not Barney. Barney's friend that was married to the redhead.
Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah, no idea.
You know that guy though?
Yeah, I know the guy because from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay, so anyway, I think
that's it.
Jason.
Though. I
Is
know
he the guy from Spy Kids 3D?
Yeah, he's the guy from Spy Kids 3D.
Oh my god, he's the guy!
How I Met Your Mother. So anyway, I've just been watching like sort of a slice of life drama type of series where this guy is working as a therapist, and he's dealing with like the loss of his wife and navigating his relationship with his daughter and his other neighbors and stuff. It's just like show. It's just shit TV. But it's good. I don't know. I like it. The actors are really pretty good. It feels like it's pretty. I don't know. It's just easy to watch, I guess. Easy for me to get into, and The Shrinking, I think it's called. Yeah, that is on Apple TV, but there might be other.
Okay, yeah, I see. Dude,
yeah,
how are you gonna mention the actors and not say Harrison Ford's in it?
Yeah,
you forgot that part, bro.
I was going to say that he works as a therapist.
Okay.
I swear. But yes, I did forget to say it. As of yet, yes, Harrison Ford is in it, and yeah, I don't know. So far, it is pretty good. I think it's a nice, and it's definitely a nice change of pace for at least what I've seen Harrison Ford in. It just feels very real. It's easy to watch.
And maybe that would have been a bit more, I don't know, appealing.
My bad. I don't want to clickbait you guys. I wanted to lay it out and then say, oh yeah, by the way, his coworker as a therapist is Harrison Ford.
Yeah, you got.
Who's developing Parkinson's and he's fucking crashing into people's cars in the parking lot. Is that the clickbait you want?
Yeah, bro. That's what I need. I need to cue Harrison Ford in
Yeah,
it. Now
Harrison
you
Ford
got me,
fucking
bro.
Crashes into a pedestrian.
Hell yeah! Now that's a show I want to watch.
Actually, that didn't happen yet, but that might happen in episode 5. I don't know.
It may or may not happen in episode 5.
So yeah, that's it in terms of TV for me. But two very different series shows, but I'm enjoying them. Anime, just continuing the Pokemon Horizons, not watching anything else really. And the My Hero movie, but I already talked about that.
Oh, it's funny you bring up Pokemon, because I'm gonna bring that up later. Alright, we finally passed the baton to Bane. And what TV, what non-anime have you watched? What spices up? Do we have more Kamen Rider? Do we have more Super Sentai?
Not yet. We're still in the same season. We're on Kamen Rider Gav, and my opinion of this show keeps getting better and better with each episode that's happened, that's passing. And I gotta say, you guys gotta hop on Kamen Rider Gav. You may be turned off by the goofiness and, well, the shitty special effects, because they are shitty special effects. But that's kind of the whole point of the charm. But the human drama inside of Kamen Rider Gav is good enough that even people who are turned off by the action, I think are gonna like it. The relationship between these characters are so real and raw, man. For a show that's meant for little kids, I think Kamen Rider Gav is gonna be the option to hop on Kamen Rider from now on for new comics, and it's gonna go down in history as one of the best Kamen Riders. Up there with W and OOO and Feist. I think it's gonna be up there with the greats because it's fucking amazing. Yeah, I think you guys should watch Gab, but of course don't feel forced to. If you guys watch like one episode, you're like, no, this shit looks too fucking goofy.
I did like the clips you've shown me. I guess my problem is, first of all, like I just kind of forgot. Like it's not something I was thinking about, yeah. Unfortunately. But like I don't know where exactly I would be able to find it. But if you message me and you can give me some sources.
There is a very nice website that has everything laid out very nicely, very user friendly. And if you have ad block, there's gonna be no problem. You just gotta have your ad block, your usual ad block that you use for these sites.
Why would you need ad block for a legal website?
You see it with...
Oh boy, you're right.
Yeah, because there's even ads and annoying ads everywhere.
That is true, bro. I try to watch a YouTube without an ad block, bro.
And not even gonna joke, Peacock has ads, and every time I pull up something that I pay for with my hard-earned money, they do ask me, hey, can you please turn off ad blocker to enjoy your presentation to its fullest?
Dude, Amazon Prime has fucking ads to like Prime Video.
Oh yeah.
Fucking gross. I mean, at least you can skip them, bro. Like, come on. Fuck you. I don't want to watch an ad about this show, bro. I'm trying to watch this one. So the thing with Kamen Rider is that's legitimately no fucking way to legally watch Kamen Rider Gav as a Western viewer. No legal way. There is nothing you can pay, no service, you can't do anything. You can't even buy the DVDs and have them from here because they haven't been made yet because the show isn't ended. So if you want to legally watch Kamen Rider Gav, like no joke, there is no way. Absolutely zero way. You're fucked. And if there is any way, and I'm missing it, it's gonna be with no subtitles. It's gonna be Japanese only. But I'm pretty sure it's not on any streaming service, especially here in the West. But yeah, so there's literally no way for us as Western viewers to enjoy Kamen Rider without, well, having to pirate it. The thing is, though, is that Amazon Prime Video, talking about those guys, they do have a lot of Kamen Rider on their catalog. So hopefully we can get more from them. I would be very happy if they actually bring more, because they have some very good Kamen Rider seasons in there. They have Kamen Rider Build, which is one of the best ones, and they also, I think those guys also have Ultraman, but Ultraman's very funny because every season of Ultraman is on YouTube. So,
Oh, really? Just like full episodes, or is it
yeah,
broken
no,
up like the old days?
it's just the full episode. You can just go and watch them like you would go.
Oh, wow.
Like it's everything on YouTube, every single season. There's a new one coming up, so if you want to get into Ultraman, definitely gonna be talking about it as soon as it comes out. I think it comes out in June. June's gonna be a big month for releases. So, and then, well, I'm still watching number 1 Sentai Gosyuja. I actually got stuck on episode 5, and I haven't been keeping up with it because I've been slacking hard on my weekly released stuff. Because after I came back from a vacation in Brazil, by the way, for the viewers, I went on a vacation in Brazil. I just fall behind too hard on everything, and I was like, I don't feel like watching all those episodes right now. Plus, I need to get up to date with college. So that's why I've been, that's why I've been super behind. I've been so behind, in fact, that I haven't been able to watch a single episode of this new anime season. I don't have anything to talk about anime related. This is a world first for the podcast here. I don't have anything anime related to talk about here. I haven't watched a single one.
Wow.
This whole
You're
month.
just in between seasons, huh?
Yeah. I haven't even been able to finish the ones from last year. Actually, I'm lying.
Clem,
I did
can
watch
can we get a sound effect here? Can we get a fucking Vine boom impact or something?
Yeah, this is
Hold on, hold your horses. Bane did just say one thing.
Yeah.
Bane does have
there is one though. I did watch one because it's
yeah,
the one...
it's still progress.
Yeah. It is.
I'm fucking with you, of course.
It's
progress.
I've been watching
Yeah,
the newest season of Uma Musume, and well, it's been okay so far. Nothing too crazy happened yet, but I have high hopes for it. New Uma Musume season is called Cinderella Grey. It's 4 episodes. The 4th one came today, and I haven't even watched it yet. You know, old me would have been there refreshing the website. I haven't even watched the 4th episode yet. Probably not even gonna watch it today. Probably gonna watch it tomorrow. We're doing a little change of pace here, you know. Not so anime addicted anymore. I've been watching more movies than anything else. But yeah, that's the only thing. Cinderella Grey. I haven't even watched the new Gundam. I haven't watched the new Gundam. I can't believe that myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just haven't gotten around to it, or you've been watching other things?
I haven't gotten around to it, and both kinda, because I haven't been watching stuff, but I've been playing a ton of video games. Like a ton.
And it's funny you say that, because
I gave you the free segue here, baby.
We do. We are going to segue.
Bro, get closer to the mic, man.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
sorry,
you're looking away.
I had to shut my door. But we're gonna segue into something special. Instead of our traditional video games, which next pod we're going to have an episode probably next month.
I'd be down to do
one
it
of these
this more,
we're
honestly.
just gonna talk about video games, but because I have a lot to bring, we all have a lot to bring. The Switch 2 is something special.
Yeah.
But there is we're gonna replace video games with something different. It is a cold day in hell, my friends.
Why?
Bane and I
What's
finally found something we agree on.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, baby. I forgot about that section.
List.
Okay.
Meme list. And by that, it's what I call tier lists, because tier lists are all subjective, never objective, and I mean, unless they're mine.
Yo,
course.
editor,
They
put this
have
up on
to,
screen right now.
Yes.
I want to say my first impression, Alcrin, before you dive into it, I respect the tier that you put Sonic Heroes in, and how it has to be there. It has to be there.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be dead ass, and that's what this is to clear up anything.
It does not age well, but
no, it does not age well.
We wanted to be like how it felt when we were playing it as a kid, right? But it doesn't feel like that anymore.
No,
that shit is ass.
It is cheeks. It is Sonic Heroes as a game was absolute cheeks. It is really bad. Honestly, if I didn't put it in that tier, a pure nostalgia take.
I actually quite like Sonic Heroes, and I'm not nostalgia baited. Yeah.
I'm so nostalgia baited as well, but
I mean, dude, I like it too. I hate it and love it. It's endearing to me with all of its flaws and wackiness, but it is a hard
objectively, this Sonic Heroes should probably be in the mid tier. At best,
this is such a good tier list, bro. I can't believe
the lowest above average. Yeah, it is. It is.
Like, I'm seeing this. I'm like, dude, I put it in the exact same. You know, I only found 2 differences of change, but we can get to that later.
We'll get to them. All right, so we're gonna start from the top. All right. Sonic Adventure 2.
It is the best Sonic game.
It is the best Sonic game. It has the Chow Garden, and not just like the OG Chow Garden. This Chow Garden is deceptively in depth. Holy fuck!
It is very fucking good.
Those countless hours you spent raising your Chow, congratulations. There's even more than you think, and oh my god, it goes so in depth. Like, thousands upon thousands of hours, okay? So, to everyone who sank, like, an unhealthy amount of time into Skyrim or Oblivion or any Elder Scrolls game, I want you to triple that. And that is the amount of time, like, that was probably put into the Chow Garden just to experience it fully. If you did not put that much time into it, like I haven't put nearly enough time into the Chow Garden, and I grew up with this damn game. I haven't put enough time in the Chow Garden, and there's a shitload of things I didn't know exist. A shitload of just Chow breeds I did not know about.
Oh yeah, that game had such complex systems.
This is deceptively complex, but yet so addicting at the same time. And the gameplay was great, unless you played the Tails level. Fuck you, Tails.
Tails always ruins everything he's in, bro. Fuck them.
Not the Eggman levels. Those were, for some reason, they were fine. But I played Tails, and for some reason he controls like shit. Like, not Dr. Eggman, who's supposed to control the same exact way, but just the Tails level sucked, and just Tails himself sucked in the game. I don't know what to say. Alright, moving on. If I was to take my nostalgia glasses off, alright, including putting down Sonic Adventure 2, objectively, Sonic Generations and Sonic Mania are the 2 greatest Sonic the Hedgehog games that have ever existed, because they are a true callback and improvement on the OG Sonic formula. The OG Sega Genesis trilogy. They are without
a doubt. It's crazy how polished that game is. It really is.
Like they are the platformer that Sonic was made as and was kind of meant to be. So, like, Generations and Mania are just that. They are peak. Like, they are... I have to surrender SA2, but I'm not going to on this tier list because it's my tier list, and fuck you. I'm putting Sonic Adventure right on the top. And
Sonic Adventure, I have great memories.
I think that's the best one, too. I'm sorry, bro. Sonic Adventure 2 is the absolute peak of Sonic. I gotta say it. Everyone's saying it. I'm agreeing.
I give it to
everyone's actually saying it, dude.
Yeah.
That's the Sonic fan voice.
So.
Is that gonna get me canceled in the Sonic community?
Maybe, bro. They're pretty sensitive.
No, they're
I know.
for something else later. Okay.
My name is Bane was taken, by the way. That's it.
Wait, no, wait.
Don't worry, we're getting canceled later. We're getting canceled later, especially by our own editor. Okay, he
oh god.
He thinks we are or they think we are capping. I'm sorry. I fucking disrespected Cliff so much. I love you, Cliff. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry that you have shit taste in Sonic games, but I'm sorry that I disrespected you.
Love you, Clam.
Love you. Sonic Adventure, though.
The first one.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think Sonic Adventure should even be this high.
I think it should be this high, actually. Fuck you.
I think Sonic Adventure is actually more so in the above average category, but I gave it here because it's like it was the birth of Sonic, of the Sonic Chow Garden. I mean, the 3D, yeah.
The real 3D. No, we don't talk about Sonic 3D. That's a different one.
We're getting to it, and we'll get to it eventually. Okay, moving past Adventure, it's I don't think it was that great of a game, but it had I mean, granted, every
Chaos is like one of the best boss fights ever. I'm sorry.
It is.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's really great.
Which one?
It's really
Chaos.
Great. Chaos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was so sick.
It was. It really was. But it also brought us to Chow Garden. So yeah, I have to give it credit where credit is due, even though I think it is more of an above average game. Sonic Colors,
That is a hot take, bro. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
but
that is the hot take for me. Sonic Colors does not deserve to be along Sonic CD and Mania and Generate. Bro.
That one I have not played, so I can't have much of an opinion on Colors.
By the way, to the viewers, you gotta play the DS version. Do not play the Wii version. You're gonna want to kill yourself.
The DS version was the.
Oh, I didn't know there was a DS version.
Yeah, it's like the good one. The other one, you gotta want to kill
because
yourself.
hold up, I conveniently have a DS, and I can get any game that I want because I have enough money to buy it.
Yeah, you should try Sonic Colors, man.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
And even the Wii version wasn't atrocious. It was playable, unlike a few of the other options we're going to get to later.
No, I played on emulator, bro. Any Wii game I'm trying to emulate, I want to kill myself. I don't know if it has anything to do with the game itself, but
I get you.
It plays like ass.
Now, next we get into it, okay? Sonic CD. I don't know why, but Sonic CD feels harder of a game than the OG trilogy.
I get it is harder.
Am I capping?
You're not capping.
Are we capping?
Dude, I was gonna say, if this is ordered, my top 3 is Sonic Adventure 2, Mania, and CD. I'm sorry, Sonic CD is that good for me.
Hold up, you think CD tops Generations?
I think it does top Generations. I'm sorry, CD is that good for me.
It's kind of ordered, I'm gonna be real. It is kind of ordered, but like Mania and Generations are interchangeable. And then, and I'll get to the others later. So yeah, CD, it was still a great game, but for some reason, it was so much harder for me. Like, we're talking hard on the level of the OG Super Mario Brothers, because those for some reason were just stupid hard for me. Like, I'm so bad at platformers, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, some of them I can handle, and then a lot of them I just couldn't. Sonic 3 Knuckles, this is pure bias.
No, I don't think it's pure bias. I think it is one of the best Sonic games ever.
I feel like it tops 2 in the OG. Like,
yeah, of course, it's better than 2. It's better than 1. It is the pinnacle of classic Sonic after CD. After CD.
The CD part is where like the Bane comes in, but like. That might, I mean, we might be canceled by the Sonic community by thinking that 3 was better than 2 in OG. But, you know...
No, I think it's the most popular take from what I've seen.
I made this tier list. I'm dying on this hill. Sonic Heroes. All right.
Yeah, you can put it that high. You know, I enjoyed it. I'm fine with it being high. You know what? I'd swap though.
Yes.
I would put my nostalgia bait that makes me like the game a lot is Shadow the Hedgehog. I would put Shadow the Hedgehog a lot higher.
We'll get to that later.
I like Shadow the Hedgehog.
We'll get to that later. Alright, so remember a moment ago where I said that I ordered the tiers?
Yeah.
For these next 5 entries, I don't really think I could order them. Okay, do not get me wrong. The Advanced and the Rush games were all amazing, alright?
Rush was very fun.
I never played Advanced. That's the one I want to play now.
Advanced I had on the Game Boy. One of them.
The problem is that they are very interchangeable, and I don't know what they're not forgettable. But like, it's so easy to mix them all up. It's like it's that level of samey, if that makes sense. It's like, even though they were different games and they kind of played differently somewhat, but not at the same time. But they all felt interchangeable, all 5 of them. They were fun and they were great. But yeah, they were. I remember playing through them, and it's like, wait, which one did I play recently? Did I play 2 or did I play 3? Oh shit, I didn't play either of them. I played Rush Adventure. It's that kind of thing where it's like the 5 of them are interchangeable, so these 5 are not tiered in order. They are just tiered here, sharing a spot, just like Generations and Mania share a spot, where it's like you can change either of them around, and I don't think that it makes too much of a difference. 2, I feel getting to an actual order. 2 over the OG Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. I'm leaving it there.
Fair, yeah.
And Sonic R just feels
actually,
like such a fun
I think Tails. I don't really like the addition of Tails. It kind of just kills a lot of the levels. It's like you can pick yourself up as Tails and just kind of rush or like ignore a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. So I would personally put 1 over 2, but I'm not feeling too strongly about either of those.
Fair. R just feels like one of the most amazing party games of all time.
I really like R. I played with my girlfriend.
This is a fun party game, a fun little silly game, and it has the creepypasta fandom behind it.
Yeah, Tails low. Can you feel the sunshine?
Now we get into the tier that gets us canceled by the furry community. Are we ready for this?
I mean, I think you're putting the Secret Rings and the Black Knight too fucking high, bro. Those games are too high there. What the fuck?
Holy fuck! Look, I think you just volunteered to die first.
There's no way, bro. And you know, my opinion on Unleashed, we're gonna save it for when we get to there, but it's also not very positive.
No, I agree with you. That's why they're here.
Yeah. No.
I'm missing 2 letters at the end of mid. It's AF. Okay.
No, it's.
Look,
I would put it an absolute dookie.
Okay, we'll get to that soon. Secret Rings. I hated the least, okay? I actually almost liked it. It was not a great game. The Storybook series and Unleashed being an honorary storybook game, though these 3 games are overrated as fuck, and I am dying on this hill. I do not care what the editor is doing to my face right now.
Unleashed is crazy. How much, how loved Unleashed is when it got this PC port by fans. People were like playing and like, I feel like I saw history change right before my eyes, bro. You guys are playing the Werehog levels or not? Are we just like using a hack to skip them? Are we really playing the Werehog levels, bro?
Even the Sonic levels.
Okay, calm down, bro. What are you gonna say now?
The Sonic levels that Unleashed are outdone by colors.
I don't agree. I think the Sonic levels Unleashed are like the good part, but then there's the night levels and the exploration of like the map to get from one point to another, like the quest and shit, like the lobby. That shit sucks. I just want to get to the fast Sonic, normal day Sonic levels where it's like super fun. You can pick up so much momentum that it's crazy. You can just fly through the levels, and it requires good reaction time from you, which is like exactly what I wanted from a Sonic game. I don't want it. I don't want the game to play itself. I want it to test my reaction time. I want to see how fast I can go. I want to see how fast I can clear a level. How many different paths there are to take, which doesn't have, but it's because it's like a 3D Sonic game, which, well, I mean 3D Sonic games have alternate paths, but it's the kind of Sonic game where you want to go really fast and there's not many diverging paths to explore because of the camera placement.
Right. I know.
The game is
sequences you're talking about.
But I love on how we're also like just completely like glazing over Black Knight.
Whatever, bro.
It is a whatever game. The storyline was cheeks. The gameplay was cheeks. It was just.
I think Sonic looks cool as fuck with that sword, though. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Kind of criminal to butcher the game with Sonic with a sword. That's fucked up, bro.
It's.
I had a Sonic figure that had the sword. It goes in the hand, and it lit up, so like the sword would light up.
I would love to have something like that, even if I had Black Knight. I think the design.
So cool. I think it's
cool.
It's very fitting to pause here and talk about the have not played yet. I have not touched Frontier or Lost World.
Me neither. It's on sale right now, though. It's on a huge sale right now, by the way. On Frontier.
I probably should pick them up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But like, do not take this have not played as its ranking. I do not think these Dookie games above it, these 4 Dookie games, 7 if we're including mid-tier, but I don't think that this have not played tier makes the games bad. I just haven't played them yet, so I'll get back.
Of course.
Of course.
The name.
Now to talk about Absolute Dookie. Oh my god, we're starting at the top. All right.
Oh yeah.
Sonic 3D Blast was a Sega Genesis game of all time.
I don't know what to say about Sonic 3. I mean, I already said what I had to say about Sonic 3D. It controls like ass.
It does.
It controls like ass. And it controls like ass. It is unfun to play, unintuitive, and slow, which is the worst thing you can say about a Sonic game.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never played it, but not something I care to play.
So next we'll go into Shadow the Hedgehog, and like if Bane made this list, then Shadow the Hedgehog would be in the same tier as Sonic Heroes.
Actually, I think I'm blinded by nostalgia, not that much. I'll probably put it above average. Around that, I don't know.
Okay. You don't think it would be in its own tier? Like,
no.
That's the thing about Sonic Heroes, is that technically Sonic Heroes is actually kind of in the mid-tier here, somewhere, but I put it up here just to show my nostalgia on how it's like, I really want to like this game, and I really want to find something great about it, but it aged horribly, and I just want the world to know that.
Speaking about have not played, is Sonic and Shadow Generations also in the have not played?
I don't think I put that I didn't have it on this list, and I wouldn't put it on here because Sonic and Shadows Generations. I even saw the Vitals play it. It's not a real game. It is just DLC.
It is a DLC.
That's charging an entire.
Is it a good DLC though?
That's what I think. I saw they just add some levels, right? Like there's
not like barely, and so it's like okay, so. If we are ranking Sonic X Shadow Generations, why are we not also ranking Sonic DX Adventures Director's Cut?
Well, because it's clearly worse than Sonic Adventure normal.
Yes, but like you get me then.
Yeah.
All right. It's like, why am I? Why? Okay. Then how about this? Why am I not ranking both Sonic 3D and Sonic 3D Blast?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't need to go on. It's just DLC. It's not fair to put it against this shit. Like,
Okay,
I mean,
but it will go in the same tier. I mean, if you have to extrapolate only the Shadow levels and treat it as its own game, where would you put it?
Honestly, I can't fucking remember.
Okay. You haven't played it, so it wouldn't be fair to rank it.
No, I haven't played it. I just watched the Vitora's playthrough and only paid like half attention to it. Going into Shadow the Hedgehog again, I do believe that it would be so much higher. But no, Shadow the Hedgehog is just an absolute dookie game. The storyline is dookie. Playing the game to unlock the endings is dookie. And like it's just edgy. I am sick and tired of hearing talk that Shadow is a precious baby boy. He is not.
He's my goat. That's
most overrated character.
Okay, don't bash my goat like that. Don't say that. Oh my god.
No, I'm fucking saying it.
Don't say that.
And liking Shadow the Hedgehog just means that you have the most amount of red flags I've seen in my life, and I'm turning around and walking away.
That's not true. That's not true. Don't say that.
Man, that's a bit extreme.
Shadow the Hedgehog is not a great character, not a great game.
You should have started with that when you said you didn't like Sonic 3. Now it all makes sense, bro. Now it all makes sense. I get it now.
Yeah, because it's a Sonic game without Shadow. Okay. That's another reason why I kind of like Colors. Then why the fuck is Sonic Adventure 2 at the top? If hating Shadow is the number one reason, that you know,
Shadow was fucking cool in Sonic Adventure 2, and yeah.
Dude, he's fucking cool in Shadow the Hedgehog too.
He's still edgy and overrated, but like at least he was somewhat tolerable.
Okay, you see, Sonic Adventure 2 is a good game. That's why Shadow looks cool in it. Shadow the Hedgehog's a bad game. That's why he looks lame in it. But it's literally the same character, bro. It doesn't change at all.
No, it's not the same character.
It's the same.
If you paid fucking attention to the entire storyline and how convoluted this dog shit game ass was, yeah, you'd realize that it was not the same character.
It is the same guy. It's just like he's pre-redemption Shadow.
There's something that is really cool about all of the different like dialogues and paths, but it's also like very, very, very confusing for a player.
Yeah.
So
I didn't finish most of them, bro. I just like I think I did like 2 different endings on most, and then I dropped the game. Maybe that's why I like it more.
That's all you need to do.
Before I branch into our next contestant, I'll name him. I want to bring up that the character, like the character creator based video games, where like it revolves a lot around your character, are always 50-50 to me. Because on one hand, you get some really amazing RPGs like the Bethesda titles, or the original Saints Row. But then on the other hand, you end up getting like dumpster fire storylines, like the Street Fighter 6 storyline. Every fighting game
I think
player
the thing
I
is,
know of,
the difference here, though,
like I tell them on how I'm let down by Street Fighter 6's storyline, and everyone I talk to that plays Street Fighter 6, they look at me and say, I mean, you would know more about it than me. The moment I bought the game, I went to go play online. People who play Street Fighter games don't even touch the storyline. They just play online. They don't care.
I played so many fighting games. I haven't played the story for a single one, bro. I don't know anything. I don't know who Soul Bad Guy is, bro. He's the guy who hits hard. I don't know who
he's a bad guy named Soul, I guess. So So that is where Sonic Forces falls for me.
Mhm.
Okay.
No,
I
yeah.
adore Infinite as a character, genuinely.
I think he is the highlight of the game.
The fact that they got the Danger Kids to sing his theme song fucking slapped, man. Look, I love Crush 40, don't get me wrong. But the Danger Kids, I did not fucking expect them to be there. And here the fuck they are. And they went hard. The problem is, Sonic Forces as a game is just, you make your persona, and the game revolves around you instead of Sonic.
The character has way too many relevance, the fucking acting sucks. The fucking plotline ends too fast because it's like a 2-hour game for like $50 or something.
And of course, the reason why that Infinite got smoked in the first place because of fucking Shadow. So
that's my goat right there.
Moving on to the problem.
And then for some reason, Eggman ends up being the final boss who gets like all powered up, and then he repeats the fucking fight from the other Sonic game.
Yeah. So the one thing I could give Sonic Forces, okay,
is Infinite.
Well, if I'm not even giving them Infinite, is at least the game can be played without blowing up whatever you're running it on.
That's true.
That cannot be said about Sonic 06.
Yeah, well, Sonic 06...
The only thing I'm going to say, okay, yes, I'm going to be real, the Shadow and Silver storylines in this game were actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Alright, this is where I give Shadow that W. Is that the Shadow storyline in this game was very enjoyable.
I think Sonic 06 is a good game, but it's too fucking buggy to be played, man. I think the level design is very interesting. It's not a good game,
Bane. You need.
I think Project 06.
Good movie. It is a good movie.
No. I think the gameplay is good. I think the level design is interesting. The gameplay would be good if it wasn't so fucking buggy, and it had so many like lobby levels where you gotta walk around and talk to these insanely human-looking characters which look too human and make you fucking feel like you're a Final Fantasy RPG.
Or when the game becomes literally unplayable and you get stuck in the floor.
Yeah, that's why Project 06.
Everything.
You should try Project 06. You should try Project 06.
Yes, just wait until Project 06 is complete.
It is very close to complete now.
It's very, very close. And when it is complete, then we'll give. I'll redo the tier list.
And it's made by Argentinian, baby. It's made by Argentinian. Do you know that? The modder for Sonic 06 is an Argentinian.
And then, do you remember Sonic the Hedgehog Episode 4?
I never played it.
Don't either.
I have not played it, so I can't say.
Don't need to.
You're actually missing a game from here, by the way, a mainline game. I'm just don't remember the name. The one with Trippy, the new character. I think it's called Trippy.
Isn't that like Knuckles Mania or something?
No.
Oh no.
Was it Sonic Rumble? Was it Sonic Rumble? I'm looking for it. Sonic Sunshine? It has a name like that. It's not Sonic Rumble.
Is it Sonic Sunshine?
I think it could be Sunshine.
That would go hard.
No, it's not Sunshine. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the name of the game, but it's a newer game, and
regardless, it would be the only thing I can promise you is that it will tier anywhere above higher than Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Probably, I haven't played Sonic the Hedgehog.
That game is unfinished and it is canceled. It's not happening, folks.
Canceled?
Okay. Yes, it's not happening. It's from the days of the Wii on the Wii eShop.
Oh, I think it's Sonic All-Stars, actually. I think that's what it's called. No, never mind. That's a racing game. I'm lying.
And actually, if I am to finish this off, there is one game that even tops Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Okay?
What is it?
It's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eggman's game.
This is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Woo!
Peak.
It was peak. But okay, yeah, that's that's what we're ending it for this time. Next time, our next episode next month will probably just be all video games to make up for this. Also because we have a lot to talk about. I've had something that I wanted to talk about for half a fucking year, and we also have the Switch 2 to talk about. We got all sorts of other video games, and maybe Bane will get to finish his new game that he just started.
I don't think this game has 100
That's a
different
long-ass
endings,
game,
bro.
though.
It has 100 different endings. That's no.
I mean,
fucking way.
I plan on buying. I always wanted to buy that ever since it was shown. So yeah, I'm interested in 100 Line.
By the way, the game I'm talking about, Sonic Superstars. That's the one. That is the one.
Cool.
I want to try.
Yeah,
it.
Is that the racing game?
I think it is the most recent game. It's 2023.
Oh yeah.
No, not recent. Racing.
No, it's not racing.
No,
no, it's not. It adds a new character. No, the story.
Well, I mean, if
Yeah,
I
it's
was
cool.
doing that, I also kind of missed
characters.
Sonic the Fighters, and that was
Yeah,
that was-
I was gonna mention it, but then I forgot because we kept going on.
Okay,
I
I'm
like
gonna be
Sonic the
real.
Fighters.
It would probably be in the same tier and right in the same position as Sonic R, just
Yeah,
interchangeable.
it's about that.
Yeah.
It's fun to play with friends.
It's literally
whatever.
just. It's just yeah.
It's got very good
it-
design though for a fighting game. Really interesting.
Oh my
mechanics.
god, yes. Yeah. I think because when I was really young, I really liked Espio, and I think that game was the one that introduced me to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He is as
And then he
cool.
came back in Sonic Heroes, and my god, was he ass.
Okay. You wanna end it here then?
So yeah, we'll do some video games next time.
Mhm.
We'll split this one up into 2, but I look
No,
forward to
we're not
that. We got
splitting it up
a lot of
Thank you,
discuss
editor, for
there.
doing that work for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clam.
Okay, see you guys. For us, it's gonna be like 500 days. For you, it's gonna be like 2 seconds. Bye bye. See you in the game
we're
section.
not doing it part 2. We're doing this is it for the.
It'll be like a separate
next
separate
one.
video.
Oh,
Yeah,
separate
it's a
video?
next-
Okay, then, yeah.
Yeah, our.
Wait for the next
top-
upload then.
Yeah.
Kisses you guys on the mouth. Bye bye.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.